have all the reaction from England's late victory and late progression to face Mexico in Mexico City in the last 16 on the Football Daily podcast in the morning. Download that on BBC Sounds. But welcome here to Seattle after England just avoided becoming the latest European giant to fall in this World Cup's last 32 thanks to those heroics from Harry Kane. Belgium come here to Seattle looking to avoid the same fate as Germany and the Netherlands. They are up against a Senegal side who sit just 9 places below them in the world rankings, and in their minds at least very much come here as African champions, despite CAF stripping them of the title after they walked off during the final against Morocco back in January. Senegal's appeal over that decision is still ongoing with the Court of Arbitration for Sport, so watch this space. But Dion Dublin sitting alongside me. We've already seen the Senegal fans in the crowd here in Seattle. Lots of them have these half and half scarves. On one side it says Senegal, on the other side in French it says Champions d'Afrique. There's no doubt in their mind that they come here with pedigree, and they come here looking to get the better of a Belgium side that you and I have seen throughout the tournament, and they did finally turn up against New Zealand, but it hasn't been a great tournament until that point for the Belgians.
No, agreed. There's confidence within the Senegal squad. They feel hard done by. They want to come here and show people how good they are. Belgium, we've seen little flashes of Belgium magic and individual magic as well, but I'm not sure they're at their best as yet. Will we see it today? We'll find out. This is a real tall order for Belgium to get over this high hurdle of Senegal. But a good game is expected. And you know what? I'm going to say it. We've got to get goals, Vicky. We've got to get goals.
You've done it now, Dion. You've either jinxed it, your commentator cursed it before we've even had the national anthems, or I just trust you as my teammate, and that's what I'm going to do.
Please do
as
that.
The players take to the field here in Seattle at the wonderful Lumen Field. We have been privileged to visit some brilliant stadiums in North America, but I have to say Lumen Field for me is the one that stands out. Away to our left we have this beautiful view of the Seattle skyline, because the North Stand rises almost like the bow of a ship cresting a wave, and either side of where those fans are sitting you get these open slices of sky, so we can see all the Seattle skyscrapers. We're right on the coast here as the players walk out, all the squad, and lining up around the centre circle, which has the blue and gold map of the world, FIFA World Cup 26 in gold lettering on that blue background emblazoned around it. It's Belgium against Senegal here in Seattle on the day where England squeaked through to the last 16. Will it be Belgium? Will it be Senegal? We will find out here on 5 Live. Senegal qualifying through a very tough group with France and Norway. They squeaked through on goal difference as the lowest best placed third team, getting the better on goal difference of Scotland amongst others. Belgium won the group in the end, which is surprising given their start. But we're about to get underway, and we shall begin here in Seattle with the national anthems. the stadium here in Seattle for both of these sides as the enormous national flags are folded away. The black, gold and red of Belgium to our left. The red, gold and green of Senegal to our right, with that green star emblazoned on that central golden panel as the players go through their traditional pre-match handshakes. So in terms of the team news, both of these sides come into this one off the back of their biggest ever World Cup victories, which saw them through to this last 32. Belgium are unchanged from the side that thumped New Zealand 5-1 as they finally showed up at this World Cup after 2 draws in their opening game. So the headline news is De Ketelaere leads the line again with record goal scorer Romelu Lukaku on the bench. Everton's Iliman Ndiaye makes his first start of the tournament for Senegal. That's one of 3 changes from their 5-0 win over Iraq. Pat Gay, who bagged a brace from the bench in that game, also gets the nod with Pata Cisse coming in too. Out go Camara, Sek and their bright young talent, the teenager Ibrahim Mbaye. And in goal, Edouard Mendy, the former Chelsea man, is still injured, so More Diaw continues between the sticks. Record goal scorer Sadio Mane looking to provide that threat down the left as Belgium's players come together for their pre-match photograph. And Dion, in terms of Romelu Lukaku, you know, you and I have spoken about it during these Belgium commentaries, is coming off the back of another really difficult season with injury. De Ketelaere is in good form for Belgium. Right decision again to start De Ketelaere and have Lukaku as an option from the bench?
Yeah, maybe. It's worked. It's worked in the past. And I think De Ketelaere has done really well, to be honest with you. I've been happy with his hold-up play. I've been happy with his work rate. He gets himself into good goal-scoring positions. He's not nicked as many goals as he would like. But I like him, and I think, yes, that's the correct thing to do. Start with him, Rom off the bench, bit of impact, bit of power and a bit of fear in the defender's eyes when Rom comes on as well. So yeah, right decision.
Well, he's had his own issues as well. De Ketelaere actually was not used against Iran. Transpired that he had a little bit of a reaction to a knee problem that he'd struggled with a little bit for Atalanta this season, but he is fit again. Started the game against New Zealand and starts here as Belgium all in their team huddle, arms around each other's shoulders. Senegal's players getting ready. They're out on the pitch playing in their dark green with the golden numbers on the back as the 2 captains go through the pre-match handshakes, and captains that our listeners on 5 Live will know very well. Youri Tielemans of Aston Villa for Belgium and Idrissa Gana Gueye of Everton for Senegal. And indeed, when we look at the Senegal lineup, Dion, there's so much Premier League interest. Of course, you've got Sadio Mane, the former Liverpool and Southampton player, Idrissa Gana Gueye. As we mentioned, Crystal Palace's top scorer this season is Ismaila Sarr, leading the line up front. Iliman Ndiaye, as we say, getting his first start of the tournament. Habib Diarra in the centre as well. He's had a great season for Sunderland. They've got real quality, this Senegalese side.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good game, you know, because Senegal very powerful, very happy to squeeze the ball high and go for the throat of the defence and really put them under some pressure. Belgium really haven't hit the heights that we expect them to, and they expect themselves to as well, because there's so much talent there. We've mentioned this golden generation so many times at competition after competition, and we still haven't seen the best of them. This is the time that they have to rear their head if they really want to go a little bit further in this competition.
Well, they are still, Belgium, golden generation or not, yet to win their first major trophy. Hasn't been the best World Cup for them so far, but as we've heard throughout the evening on 5 Live, when it comes to England, this is knockout football. You just, in the end, have to get through, and that is what Belgium and Senegal will be focusing on here in Seattle. Just past 1 o'clock with us, just past 9 o'clock back in the UK. We are delighted to have your company with us here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds as Belgium, in their change strip, the very, very pale light blue with the very pale pink band around the centre of those shirts, get things underway. Senegal, as we say, playing in their dark green kit with the golden lettering and numbers on the back, and it's Senegal who will have the early goal kick, and it will fact, be taken by the centre-half, Moussa Niakate, currently plying his trade in France with Lyon, the former Nottingham Forest man. He sends it back to his goalkeeper, Mori Diaw. And Mori Diaw, all in bright orange, has it once more inside his own penalty area. So, Belgium through as group winners. Senegal squeaking through as the worst of the best third-place teams, if that makes sense. But Senegal coming here with pedigree. They will tell you they're the African champions. CAF will disagree. CAF have to make their minds up whether Senegal will remain stripped of that title after walking off in the final against Morocco back in January, as they have the ball outside their own penalty area. And that, of course, led to one of the many law changes that we've seen for the World Cup, that players can now, if they leave the pitch in protest at a referee's decisions, shown a red card, as can any member of staff that encourages that. As Senegal come down the left-hand side, ball chipped by Sadio Mane into the penalty area, cleared away by Belgium. A little loose touch by Castagna, but he'll clear up towards halfway, looking forward to Ketelara. Senegal will make the interception and have it on the left-hand side once again with Pat Gay. It's given away though, as he looks for the run of Ismail Jacobs. And it's all the way back with Thibaut Courtois, who is in goal for Belgium, having become their all-time leading World Cup appearance maker in their last match against New Zealand. The back four of Fulham's Castagna, McKellar, Tayat and Brighton's de Kuiper. Ahead of them, captain Yuri Tillemans of Aston Villa and Van Aken, with Arsenal's Leandro Trossard, Kevin De Bruyne, former Manchester City man, of course, and Jeremy Doku of Manchester City supporting De Ketelara up front. So it's Doku now on the ball, into the area he goes, loses possession, and Senegal will play it across their own penalty area, but do get away with it, and Jacobs will clear up towards the halfway line. Here is Sadio Mane for Senegal. Nice ball into the centre of the park and finds Sunderland's Habib Diarra. Now to the right-hand side, and the first chance for Everton's Iliman Ndiaye down the right wing. And we'll pull it back to Crepin Diatta. And Senegal patiently building midway through the Belgium half. Goalless in these early stages. 3 minutes gone, Dion Dublin.
Yeah, being patient, Senegal. We are looking to play that cross-field ball from right to left and from left to right, move that defence around. I mean, in the Belgium side, I've got to say, their best player has been Trossard to this moment. He always makes things happen, creates, scores goals. I think the other players in white shirts today, white and pink shirts, should I say, have really got to get to his level if they want to get past this Senegal team.
And it's Senegal once again, who have started positively, coming down the left-hand side. Good foot in on Mane by Castagna, and Jacobs will take the throw for Senegal all the way back to Moussa Niakate, and will be collected by Idrissa Gana Gueye, steered back to Pathé Ciss. And Senegal build from the back once more. They've got Diaw in goal, the back four of Diatta, Ciss, Niakate and Jacobs. Ahead of them, Diarra of Sunderland, Gana Gueye of Everton, Pat Gay with Everton's Iliman Ndiaye, Sadio Mane, and Palace's leading scorer this season is Ismaila Sarr up top for Senegal, as they pick it up once more with Idrissa Gana Gueye out to the right hand side, enjoying plenty of possession so far, Senegal, but struggling to breach that Belgian backline in these early stages. But Ndiaye might do that. He's done really well. Iliman Ndiaye just about blocked on the edge of the penalty area, and Belgium will look to counter, but again Senegal stop that. They've started well here.
Yeah, really good from Ndiaye on the right hand side, just jinking in towards the centre of the pitch and trying to find his teammate with a little reverse pass. Didn't quite work. I think it was Idrissa Gana Gueye trying to get into the box, and nice little bit of play that was from Ndiaye. Just coming in, I'm looking at the replay here on my screens, and the pass was just a yard off, but really positive.
6 goals for Everton this season, Iliman Ndiaye, real regular for them. And he's done well coming off the bench as well for Senegal so far in this tournament, particularly when it comes to providing assists, as Tayat has it at the back. And Belgium with the chance to build down this right-hand side. Here's Castagna on the halfway line. Plays the ball forward. It's left by Trossard, but won't quite run for Van Aken. De Ketelara, who's out on the right wing, the striker, has it for Belgium though. Trossard pulls it across. And importantly, blocked away by Patersis. First real element of danger from Belgium, 5.5 minutes in.
Yeah, and that's Trossard again. I mean, De Ketelaere there finding himself on the right wing, and just Trossard making an intelligent run just inside the box, getting to the touchline, trying to pull it back to one of his teammates. He does get into really good areas, Trossard.
Well, we're not quite as high up as we were in LA, Dion, but I'm still having to lean forward to try and see this throw that will be taken by Castagna. It's a decent one, and Senegal let it bounce. It was flicked on by De Ketelaere. Nobody could get on the end of that flick on for Belgium, and they have it on the halfway line.
That's half a chance, Vicky, that, by the way. That's really half a chance. Massive throw. It goes right into the 6-yard box. I think it was Van Aken that was there in the centre of the goal, and he kind of ducked down. I'm thinking, head for goal. You're only 5 yards out. That's a decent chance.
Yeah, good delivery from the throw from Castagna as Belgium send it forward, looking for the run of Doku, but it's all the way through with Mori Diaw, the Le Havre number 1. Big moment for him again, with Edouard Mendy injured. He's deputising. Mendy might be able to play some part in the rest of the tournament. He is back with the Senegal squads, but not available today as Senegal win a free kick outside the centre circle. So not too much drama in the early 7 minutes here in Seattle. And 5 Live and BBC Sounds, my word, didn't we have drama in the England game. If you want to continue the debrief, you can check out the reaction on iPlayer with Mark Chapman and the team. Just go to the World Cup homepage on iPlayer and you'll be able to listen to the debrief there, or you can scroll back as well on BBC Sounds, listen maybe to the last 15 minutes or so to get those 2 Harry Kane goals, and then 606, which had some great calls as well. Quite a mix of positivity and negativity, Dion, in terms of what we saw from England today and indeed at the tournament so far. But the most important thing, England through to the last 16, where they will face Mexico in Mexico City, and we will bring it to you live on 5 Live. It will be on BBC One as well. 1 a.m. Monday the 6th of July as Tielemans makes the interception just outside the Belgian penalty area, and here's De Ketelaere out to the left hand side, but De Bruyne can't latch onto it, and here's Idrissa Gana Gueye for Senegal midway through the Belgium half as the green shirts ahead of him making the run, but instead steers it back to his centre half partner Pape Gueye. And here is Pape Gueye on the ball once more. Niakate to Patersis, and Senegal again very patient, happy to just try and probe their way through, but they've given it straight to Leandro Trossard, who's just inside the Senegal half, plays it forward, looking for the run of Van Aken. That's nice, out to the right. De Ketelaere held up just inside the penalty area, right hand side. Castagna is an option. De Ketelaere just had it taken off his toes after he worked space for the shot on the angle, then squeezes it through, and the shot driven in from the edge of the area by Trossard is straightforward for Mori Diaw, 0-0.
Yeah, listen, that is another good chance as well. De Ketelaere finding himself on the right again, but just heading in towards the corner of the box, and Castagna goes flying round the outside of him, takes 2 green shirts, takes the eye line of 2 green shirts, and he opens up for a bit of a left foot curler. But De Ketelaere takes 1 touch too many, and the chance is gone. And then a half chance comes in from Belgium from the edge of the box. But they're getting players forward, they're committing players forward in order to get to the next round and stay in this competition. There's an element of gambling you have to do as well.
Dion Dublin with us here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds as Senegal have the ball at the back. They've had the more possession so far. Senegal, as that ball goes out of play, won't be kept in by the right back, Crépin Diatta. But Belgium have looked more dangerous.
Yeah, they have. When they've got forward, they are committing players forward. We know what Kevin De Bruyne does. People saying his legs have gone, but he's getting about the pitch well enough for me, by the way. Trossard just floating about, De Ketelaere doing what he does. So, yeah, they've looked okay.
And here they come down the left once more, Belgium. It's Jeremy Doku, has De Bruyne with him on the overlap, but will pull it back instead, and De Kuiper will now find De Bruyne. Looking for Doku, took a little nick off Diatta on the way through, but Doku does still have it. Here's De Bruyne once more, twisting and turning down that left-hand side, swings the ball in, it was towards Trossard. It's cleared away by Senegal, looking for the outlet of Ismaïla Sarr, who's midway through the Belgium half, goes down, no free kick. Yes, eventually free kick, the whistle went, and Senegal are saying, oh, hang on a minute, we actually had managed to get over that foul on Ismaïla Sarr, and we were coming down the left-hand side. But the referee, Syed Martinez of Argentina, has called it back for a Senegal free kick midway through their own half.
Yeah, he took his time, didn't he? But he got it right in the end. It was a free kick, and Senegal were thinking, yeah, we want the free kick. Oh, no, we don't want the free kick because we were away. down the left-hand side, but getting green shirts back. The only one that's staying up is Sadio Mane, stays more or less in the centre circle, waiting for those bits to come out.
Yes, he's drifting into that central position, just as Dion says. Sadio Mane is Cease will bring it forward for Senegal, and now Crepin Diatta down the right-hand side, comes to the field. This is nicely worked to Habib Diarra out to the right-hand side, and Iliman Ndiaye for Senegal whips the delivery in, and Belgium weren't sure. And Michele, stooping, just about got his head on it and sends it out for a Senegalese throw. A little bit of hesitation in that Belgian back line there.
What a ball from Ndiaye on the right-hand side. He just whips it in chest high between the keeper and the back four. And I'm thinking Jacobs and Sadio Mane, just gamble, you got a header. 2 yards out, head it in.
And Jacobs goes with the throw, Courtois, Kane didn't get there, it's cleared away by Michele. Once again, who's been one of Belgium's best players at this tournament. That's lovely control by Trossard, who has been Belgium's best player at this tournament, all the way back to Courtois. And the long up and under over the halfway line. Doku looks offside, he challenges for the ball, no flag goes. Senegal appealing that. He's not happy at all. Recently Akate, the former Nottingham Forest man, as Belgium have possession on the halfway line. Goalless.
Yeah, goalless, but that chance there, that the cross from Ndiaye was outstanding. If you just gamble, get across your man, the two defenders of Belgium are waiting for the ball to come to them. As a forward-thinking player, if you get across in your movement, will beat their eye line, and you'll get yourself an easy header.
So Senegal in possession midway through their own half, as their manager Pat Chow stands on the edge of his technical area with his arms folded. He's got a lovely backstory actually with the Belgian boss Rudy Garcia. They were both asked about it in their press conferences yesterday here in Seattle. We might come back to that in a moment, but Senegal are coming forward. Here's Sadio Mane, traps it well, lovely ball out to the left-hand side. Jacobs, Courtois there, didn't get there, and it's off the post, and then into the side netting from Ismail Assar. Oh, Senegal so close to taking the lead. An error from Courtois, and Belgium get away with it. Sarr can't punish them. What a chance!
Unbelievable, what a chance that is. Pape down the left-hand side, lovely cross, teasing cross. Courtois comes out, he launches himself to it. Ismail Assar is there as well, thinking what's he going to do. He actually pats it onto Ismail Assar, and Assar just gets his side foot on it. He's reaching, it hits the post and it comes back to him. It's agonisingly away from his right toe, and he can't just hook it in. Oh, they were so close. Courtois, I thought might have punched this, and he just doesn't get enough on it. That's a chance, a really big chance.
What a let-off for Belgium, and Sarr on the ground, as you say, Dion, as it came back to him. He scooped his leg at it, he tried to squeeze it in from the tightest of angles, but he could only find the side netting. But Senegal buoyed. Senegal at the moment the better side, as Mane plays it in field. It's Iliman Ndiaye, central position, out to the left-hand side, and Pape it's blocked away by Trossard, that delivery. Pape will pick it up once more and in field to Idrissa Gana Gueye, his captain. Back to Pape, left-hand side, plays it into Trossard once more. And Pape won't reach it. Yes, he will. He's done really, really well there. De Ketelaere looked as though he got there first, but Pape said, no, I'm not giving that up to you, and he plays it off to Ketelaere for a Senegal throw.
Well, yeah, that was a 50-50 between the two of them. They both stayed on their feet, but Pape wanted it more, used his body and his strength. Gets his team throwing down the left-hand side, but they're moving it really nice from left to right, and when they do get down the left and the right, they're not refusing a cross.
A little loose touch there by Crepin Diatta, might have been caught by Doku, referee uninterested, and Belgium have it midway inside their own half. Belgium, who are on a 16-match unbeaten run in all competitions. However, as we say, it's not been a sparkling World Cup for their stars so far. Opening draws with Egypt here in Seattle and Iran. Then they beat New Zealand by 5-1. New Zealand, the lowest ranked side at the tournament. That actually saw them go through as group winners on goal difference ahead of Egypt, on a day where Belgium could have gone out. Senegal qualifying as the worst of the best third place teams, as Belgium had the ball inside their own half. It's goalless here, 15 minutes gone on 5 Live, but that ball forward is scoring. Sadio Mane is looking to release Ismail Assar. He's trying to get round Michele, and Théat does really well for Belgium. Comes back and plays the ball out of play for a throw.
Yeah, Michele there, very good defending, really good defending, that is, putting himself in the line of the ball and not allowing the centre forward to get by him. It was a bit of a long shot getting on the end of that one anyway, long way to go. Good defending that.
But this is good from Senegal. This is impressive from Senegal. At the moment, they're the better side. The two-time or one-time African champions, depending on whether you're Senegalese or not. They did outright win it in 2021. That was their first major trophy in their history. And as we say, we wait to see what the Court of Arbitration for Sport are going to do after CAF stripped them of the title. But very much, if you have been around the Senegalese journalists and fans at this tournament, they say they're coming here as African champions, and it doesn't matter what CAF say. I'm sure Morocco will take the opposite opinion as it's cleared away by Moussa Niakate for Senegal. Tayats tussling with Iliman Ndiaye. He brings it down beautifully, the Everton man. Down the right hand side he goes. Again, this is positive play from Senegal as Ndiaye pulls it back to Pat Gay. Out to the right hand side, and Diatta as they build once more. Senegal down the right, it comes to Habib Diarra, lays it off, the delivery from Diatta, and Ndiaye was in there, and it falls to Idrissa Gana Gueye, straight down the throat of Thibaut Courtois from just outside the D.
It's a great strike, you know, a really good strike. I think if he catches that properly, that might be giving the keeper a bit of a problem. Idrissa Gana Gueye there, taking his time on the half volley.
And with one ball, Belgium have split the Senegal midfield. It was to De Bruyne, and from the edge of the D, he fires over and looks to the sky in frustration. That was by far Belgium's best move of the game. It completely took out the Senegal midfield, that ball. And De Bruyne is still fuming with himself on the edge of the penalty area. He's slapping his palms on the top of his thighs. He knows he should have done a lot better from there.
There's an inquest as well. The Senegalese players saying, listen, don't be just thinking about the chance that's gone, get yourself back into positions, because Belgium just played one pass and they were in. Kevin De Bruyne 25 yards out. You expect him to hit the target.
And they're coming forward again, Belgium. That ball won't reach to Kuiper, who'd ended up in a forward position there. Bryson fullback. Senegal will clear away. So goalless here, 18 minutes gone. On 5 Live and BBC Sounds in Seattle. Over on Sports Extra, you can listen to the closing stages of Wimbledon. And tomorrow we will have more action from Wimbledon for you as well. Our coverage starts at 1 o'clock on 5 Live. And before that we have our World Cup hour with Steve Crossman and the team, reflecting on all things World Cup and certainly all things England, and most certainly all things Harry Kane. Diatta has it for Senegal, ball towards the area, goes behind, off to Kuiper, Senegal corner, goalless, good game.
Yeah, it is a good game, it's a really good start. Sadio Mane has that role that, you know, we've seen Harry Kane do now, where he just drops into the 10 role, he floats about, he pings the ball from left to right, vice versa. Bit of a free role, he's dangerous in that role as well.
So the green shirts making their way into the penalty area. The likes of Jacobs on the edge of the D, although he just moves back now as the corner is swung in from the right hand side. It's headed down by Petr Cech, but only to Jeremy Doku. And now Belgium can counter. They've got De Bruyne on the left, Doku sees him and Doku finds him. Here goes Kevin De Bruyne, Trossard through the centre. De Bruyne went right instead, looking for De Kuiper. Not a bad idea, but Senegal make the interception. Here is Sadio Mane, their record goal scorer, former Liverpool and Southampton man, but he's flagged offside, and that will be a free kick to Belgium just inside their own half. So let's just go back to that little story we mentioned earlier between Pat Chow and Rudy Garcia. When Rudy Garcia was on the coaching staff at Saint-Etienne, Pat Chow was a young player there, and Rudy Garcia was the one who recommended him and said, look, you've got to give this guy a chance in the first team. And Garcia yesterday in his press conference, the Belgian boss, told a lovely story about how when he saw Pat Chow, the Senegal manager, at the draw in December, Pat Chow came up to him, gave him a big hug and reminded him of that moment, because as Belgium have it just outside the centre circle, I suppose as a manager he's recommended so many players, but for Pat Chow that was such a huge moment in his career, and he said in his press conference yesterday, I will always be grateful to Rudy Garcia for that, as Belgium still have it in the centre circle.
Yeah, I would imagine it's very, very much like players. You pass on information, you try and help each other out. If somebody needs a bit of a leg up and you can help you do.
The ball is forward for Belgium, looking for Castagna, did really well to keep it in, hooks it into the penalty area, Trossard gets a head on it but can't control it, and Senegal will clear away, and that is going to be, as two players go down, Tielemans is furious because it's a free kick to Senegal, a third of the way inside their own half, tangling with Habib Diarra of Sunderland. It will be a free kick to Senegal, just inside their own half, 0-0.
Yeah, clever that from Tielemans. Diarra was just wrong side of him. When you can see your opposite player, the player you're playing against, if you can see their number, that means that they can't see you and you're in. And I think Tielemans knew that he was in a bit of trouble there going over the halfway line. Let me just grab his shirt and pull him back.
So Senegal in possession. Here is Patassis. Fields to Habib Diarra, who's back on his feet. Now will be picked up by Moussa Niakate. Cuts in field again. They're very happy to knock it around at the back, and we see our first Mexican wave of the day here in Seattle. I'm going to say the upper tier isn't interested. Maybe they can't see it from where they are here in Lumen Field. Oh, now they've spotted it. They've spotted it as the Mexican wave ripples around the stadium. Away to our right as Senegal come down the right-hand side. Looking to build here against Belgium. It's goalless on 5 Live and BBC Sounds as Pat Gay picks it up in central midfield, lays it off to Idrissa Gana Gueye, and to the left-hand side now, and Jacobs collected by Sadio Mane, hugging that left-hand touchline, and now taking on his man in Timothy Castagna, who stands up well, the Fulham man, down by the corner flag. He's trying to prevent the corner. Castagna, it looks as though it might have gone out of play. Referee says no. System was over on the far side, it would have been hard to see. Senegal in possession, but back now on the halfway line as they pick it up once more with Pat Gay. Exchanges passes with Iliman Ndiaye, and Ndiaye will send it back once again to your double.
I don't mind this, because sometimes when you have teams have the ball and they're in taking control of the possession, they normally just go side to side. Look, Senegal are wanting to get forward, they're looking to get forward, and they have on the right hand side.
Here goes Diatta down the right hand side again. Positive play as Senegal go through the gears. Pat Gay, ball into the area, had too much on it really for everyone. Sadio Mane does brilliantly to keep that in on this left hand side, pulls it back across but straight into Castagna. It's another Senegal throw, goalless.
Yeah, you can see how Senegal want to make sure that they've got players within that centre forward position, because Sadio Mane is doing whatever he wants to do basically, and Ismail Assar's in there and Pat Gay's in there as well.
Senegal in possession, midway through the Belgian half. Here is Iliman Ndiaye, looking full of energy, the Everton man. There's Patassis, sends it out to Crépin Diatta, and Belgium at the moment, again, putting this into context of their World Cup performance so far, biggest win in their World Cup history, last time out against New Zealand, but that's against the tournament's lowest ranked side. Yes, they were under pressure because they could have gone out in that final group game match around Belgium. They did manage to handle it, but so far it's not been the best performance. Very even here with Senegal, who are doing well. To the right hand side, and Crépin Diatta, nice footwork on the edge of the area. Now Idrissa Gana Gueye works it to his Everton teammate Iliman Ndiaye, still outside the area as they go left to Sadio Mane, whips a dangerous ball in, and the header is off the post, but the follow-up is in! It's Habib Diarra! Gives Sunderland, gives Senegal the lead! They've been pushing, they've been probing, and the Sunderland man has put Senegal ahead against Belgium in this last 32 here in Seattle.
I've got to say, Sadio Mane's position down the left-hand side, just making sure that he keeps it alive and he doesn't want to do anything else apart from put it back into a dangerous area. He comes out wide, he's backing off to the left wing, he gets it on his left foot, puts it onto his right foot, curls it in. It's Ismail Assar who heads it, a bit of a crook in his neck, hits the far post, helps it on its way, keeper's no chance, it bounces, beautiful for Diarra. Nice little bit of luck there for Diarra, but he's alive, it hits the post, he's the first one to react. 1-0 Senegal, and they deserved it.
And they absolutely have, Dion. What a moment for Habib Diarra. What a moment for Pat Chow, as Rudy Garcia, the Belgian boss, just waves his arms and says, all right, calm down, we'll build again, Belgium. As Taya plays the ball up towards the edge of the area for Belgium, and the ball goes out of play for a throw to the Belgians deep inside Senegal territory. But they have their reward, Senegal. As the ball is launched in by Timothy Castagna into the penalty area, it's cleared away. And Castagna will swing it back in, and it's a good take by Mori Diaw. But again, Dion, we've talked about Belgium's mentality. We've talked about the way they respond under pressure. And that is going to be called into question or called into action once more again at this World Cup.
Yeah, agreed. The pressure's on now. They've got nothing. They've got nothing to. Well, I say they've got nothing to lose. They have got to come out and play now. They've got to now put Senegal under a bit of pressure. When you have the ball, sometimes you can really look boring on it, and you've got all the possession and just keeping it. Senegal have not been like that. They've looked to try and score. They've looked to try and play those probing passes, and they are good for their 1-0 lead.
And here they come again down the left-hand side, but Sadio Mane can't keep it in. And now we will have the hydration break, and it's the Senegalese fans you can hear inside the stadium in Seattle, and you can also hear a few boos for the hydration break, because it is pretty cloudy here. It's probably about 20-21 degrees. We don't need it, but we know that. So let's just move on and reflect on that first period so far, Dion. Senegal leading 1-0.
Yes, it's been good. It's been a good game. I think Belgium have had their little fits and starts in the game. I mean, you look at Doku and Kevin De Bruyne and Trossard and Tielemans, they haven't really had a chance to affect the game or to put a stamp on the game with the quality they have. Senegal have been physical, they've been very positive as well. It's a very, very good first 22 and a half minutes from Senegal. This is now a regroup for Belgium. They're in a huddle. The manager's in the middle of it. The manager's doing all the talking and the pointing and the looking at all the players in the eyes. Do you want it? What have you got? We will find out, won't we?
We certainly will, here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Over on 5 Sports Extra, our Wimbledon coverage continues, and we can get an update here in this hydration break from Katie Smith. Djokovic taking on Tsitsipas.
Yeah, where the 7-time champion Djokovic has been so ruthless against the man he's beaten in their last 11 encounters, including 2 Grand Slam finals over the years. We've only been playing just over an hour and a half, and Djokovic leads by 2 sets and a double break. So he is now serving at 5-2, 15-all. So he's 3 points away from claiming this second round match. Tsitsipas, who, because of injury over the past few years, has dropped to a ranking of 87 in the world, but said he'd been feeling so much more like himself coming into this. But Djokovic has been having none of it. He's looked so businesslike and dialed in, far less stretching and stopping than his first round win a couple of days ago, where he was taken to 4 sets, and that took over 3 hours to beat the Chinese man Wu Yibing. But the 24-time Grand Slam winner is closing in on a 20th Wimbledon third round, although it is 15:30 on the serve of Djokovic, who just balloons a backhand long of the baseline. So there are some great back points here for Stefanos Tsitsipas, and this is the first opportunity really that the Greek has had throughout the last 45 minutes or so. So Djokovic 5-2, but 15-40 down on his serve. Serving from this commentary box end on centre court, he goes out wide, up the line, but wide from Tsitsipas. So first break is saved by the 7-time champion here, who's never lost to a player ranked 87 or below at Wimbledon. He just takes a moment. He has the court in the palm of his hand, bouncing the ball on the baseline with his left. Now ready to serve in his right. Goes out wide, follows up with a ball through the centre. Now he tracks back the long ball from Tsitsipas, but it's too long of the baseline. So we continue on. We go to Deuce. Vicky, he's a couple of points away from a 20th third round here at SW19.
Thank you very much, Katie. Commentary continues over on 5 Sports Extra. Here we are back underway after the hydration break here in Seattle. It's Senegal who lead Belgium by a goal to nil. A goal scored for Senegal by Sunderland's Habib Diarra.
Yeah, they've been good. They've been positive. Lots of energy. Belgium haven't found any rhythm at all, and they've got to do something. Belgium, they've got.
Yeah, we've got somebody who's run onto the pitch here, and so two people actually, and the stewards are chasing them. So scenes that you don't want to see, Dion, and ridiculous really to do this sort of World Cup. So one person has been apprehended, and the stewards will continue to pursue the other person. But I mean, we've had enough breaks anyway for hydration breaks, Dion. It's just such a distraction for the players.
It's ridiculous, really. I don't know what they've gained from it. They'll actually land on the pitch and they've got their phones in their hands as if to say, look what I did at the World Cup. It's not clever, it's not big, it's just dangerous. Stay in the seat, watch the game. You're paid good money for it, and you've wasted your time.
Right, well, they're both off the pitch. We will be getting back underway. And Senegal will wait for the referee to drop this ball for Belgium. Let's just head back to Katie Smith and get another update from Wimbledon,
where Novak Djokovic has got the job done in straight sets in 1 hour and 38 minutes against a man he's beaten twice in Grand Slam finals, Stefanos Tsitsipas. 6-3, 6-4, 6-2. Novak Djokovic into the third round at Wimbledon.
Thank you very much, Katie. As Belgium in possession. I just thought there for a moment, Dion, someone else had run on the pitch, but it was actually a member of Belgium's backroom staff who'd spotted a water bottle. I mean, play had already got underway, but the referee, Said Martinez, luckily didn't see him. I was thinking, goodness me, not again. But no, it was a member of the technical staff who retrieved a water bottle from the middle of the pitch as Belgium come forward, trailing by a goal to nil. Jeremy Doku goes down, and the ball is all the way through with the Senegal goalkeeper Maury Chow. Senegal were appealing for something in there, but they've got possession anyway. And Chow will prepare to send this ball long. Belgium 0, Senegal 1. Habib Diarra with the goal after Ismail Assar for the second time in the game had hit the post. Diarra following up. And Belgium again. We're seeing their stars stuttering on the big stage as Senegal, who've been the better team, come down the right-hand side. Idrissa Gana Gueye pulls it back to Papsis. Now Moussa Niakate out to the left-hand side, and Jacobs as Senegal will build once more. Dion Double.
I think they've done really well managing this game, Senegal. Papsis and Niakate, the two centre-halves, haven't really had a lot to do. They've been very together, very organised. And I just think Belgium haven't had the ball enough to give them any problems at all, and they're organised at the back. And looking at them now, they're pointing to their fullbacks, making sure their midfield players get in as well. Proper organisers back there, those two centre-halves.
So Thibaut Courtois will send the ball out from the back for Belgium, trailing by a goal to nil on the day where England's courtesy of Harry Kane just got the job done against DR Congo late on. They will face Mexico in the last 16 in Mexico City. What an occasion that is going to be in the Azteca. We will bring you full commentary, 1 a.m. Monday the 6th of July. The ball is forwards to Charlotte de Ketelaere of Belgium, pulls it across. It was a dangerous delivery. It's cleared away by Senegal. Out of play for a Belgian throw.
Yeah, the only player really for Belgium that should be going where he wants is Kevin De Bruyne. Doku has to get down that left-hand side. That's where he's most potent. He's actually just playing where he wants at the moment. As good as he is, getting down the left-hand side, he's effective there. Let De Bruyne do what he does and let him find the right pass.
Here is Jeremy Doku. Out to the right-hand side, easing away from Sadio Mane, who slid in, didn't get there. De Bruyne's dispossessed on the edge of the area. And Sadio Mane will bring it forward, can only play it into Tielemans though, and Belgium in possession with Michela now just inside their own half. That was a rather risky pass, wasn't it?
He got lucky.
Almost went too close to Iliman and Jai, but did manage to find his teammate, and Castagna has it. And now Michela once again inside the centre circle with Tayat. Belgium 0, Senegal 1. The last 16 tie against either the USA or Bosnia and Herzegovina awaits for either Belgium or Senegal. That match is coming up for you later this evening on 5 Live, 1 a.m. kickoff. As Belgium come down the left-hand side, Théat looking for the run of Leandro Trossard. It's headed back and flicked on by Senegal's goal scorer, Habib Diarra. Exchanges passes with Iliman Ndiaye, and that's nice movement. Diarra now cutting in field, still going out to the left-hand side, and Sadio Mane finds Iliman Ndiaye once again as Senegal work it right to left, central again, left once more. Jacobs, nice control, pulls it back to the captain, Idrissa Gana Gueye, who's looking for the option to shoot. He was closed down there by Doku. He's gone down, stayed down Idrissa Gana Gueye, but Senegal come forward again down the left-hand side with Jacobs. Now Mane gets it back. Mane into the penalty area, goes for goal. The shot was tame. He couldn't get the power behind it, and it's straight at Thibaut Courtois.
Yeah, there was just a little moment there, a little hesitation in the defence of Belgium on the edge of that 18-yard line, and Castagna had to really come in there and make a challenge on him from the left-hand side. Otherwise, Sadio Mane had a free strike on goal. White shirts closing him down, but again, just waiting and being patient. Nice little 1-2, quickened up the play, Senegal, and did really well to get a chance.
And they're in possession again on the halfway line. It's Pat Gay to Ismail Assar. Crystal Palace dispossessed, and Trossard can have the ball with the outside of the boot, but straight into Crépin Diatta. The ball will go out of play for a Belgium throw as Rudy Garcia, the Belgian manager, paces the touchline. Reflecting on the upsets that have already happened in the last 32 in his press conference yesterday, he said there are no easy games, and my word, don't Belgium know it right now. Senegal the better side, Senegal leading by a 1-0, courtesy of Habib Diarra. But Belgium do have that quality on the pitch. The likes of De Bruyne, the likes of Trossard. It's De Bruyne who's on the ball now. The likes of Jeremy Doku, who picks it up right-hand side, back in field to De Bruyne. Is challenged, retains possession, back to Doku, right-hand side. Standing still with 2 green shirts there, now trying to jink his way through. Can't find De Bruyne. De Kuiper trying to keep it alive. And Trossard will pick it up for Belgium as Senegal get the bodies out of their own penalty area, and Trossard will play it straight into Pat Gay, who then drew the foul. And more frustration for Belgium, who still trail by a 0-0. 7 minutes plus added time to go in this first half.
Yeah, Doku there just going down the right, and he's got 2 players stood in front of him, and he doesn't touch the ball for a couple of seconds. I'm thinking, are they going to tackle him? And then he just does a quick burst of pace, pulls it back. It's a yard in front of Kevin De Bruyne, it's a yard in front of De Kuiper, and then the pressure's off.
So Senegal with this set piece, leading by a 0-0, and again just taking their time over it. Patassis steers it back to Mori Diaw, and Belgium will gradually close down with Ketelara. Diaw sends it long, it's flicked towards Thibaut Courtois, and Belgium will build once more. Belgium, who crashed out of the World Cup in 2022 in the group stage. They've gone one better this time, and again performing on the biggest stage at major tournaments, really showing what they can do. The talent they have has been a struggle for Belgium in recent times. They lost in the last 16 of the Euros to France. As we say, crashed down in the group stages at the World Cup in 2022. At the moment, they are heading out. Would be another European casualty, a fate that England narrowly avoided against DR Congo earlier today. They trail Senegal by a 0-0 as they come down the left-hand side, and the delivery is straight into the midriff of Mori Diaw, the goalkeeper, who launches it long over the halfway line. It's a good header back by De Kuiper, saw that Ndiaye had taken up a position in a bit of space, steers it back, and De Bruyne now will pick it up for Belgium on the halfway line. 5 minutes to go until half-time. Dion Dublin.
Yeah, a bit of pressure now from Belgium. Just had the ball for the last couple of minutes. Not really being potent with it though, moving it too slow for me. When the player on the ball has no options, the play has to slow down, so they have to have more options for the player on the ball, more movement by white shirts.
Here is Castagna to the right-hand side, and picked up now by Jeremy Doku. And field to Castagna once again, and Tielemans, who I barely mentioned.
Yeah.
in this first half. Dion does get his foot on the ball there, but you have to get him into the game more. Yuri Tillemans as Trossard comes down the left-hand side. He's got De Bruyne ahead of him. Checks instead, and now De Kuyper picking up space inside the area, pulls it back. It's such a poor delivery. De Ketelaere has his head in his hands on the edge of the 6-yard box as Habib Diarra, Senegal's goal scorer, clears away out for a Belgian throw.
But it's better though, it's better movement. Got to say, when the player on the ball looks up and sees some flashes of white, that means that they're trying to get into good spaces, and then it's up to you to play the right pass. Lovely little ball in there, pull back as well. Nobody's moving again for the second phase. Just off it at the moment, Belgium, just off it.
Can they change that with Castagna? 25 yards out, ball into the area, it's cleared away by Senegal. Van Aken will keep it alive on the edge of the D. But the referee has blown for a free kick. Even though both Senegal players got up pretty quickly, and that's good refereeing. Look, you don't want players to have to stay down to try and get a foul. If you feel like there's an issue there, and there may be a longer term issue as well. It's Niakate who's down.
Yeah, it's a challenge at the far post. I mean, Niakate there, just making sure that he gets there before the ball. De Kuyper just in the back of him there, just a bit of contact. He wasn't expecting the contact, and he's got himself a free kick, and he's taken the pressure off his defence there.
So it is a free kick to Senegal. And Niakate, he's up to his feet. And it will be taken by the goalkeeper, Mori Diaw. And really, he's not been tested as much as Belgium would have wanted to. As we say, deputising for the injured Edouard Mendy for Senegal. And it's Belgium have the free kick midway inside their own half. Belgium 0, Senegal 1. 3 minutes plus added time to play in the first half here in Seattle as the ball goes out to the right, looking for Jeremy Doku, but it's picked up by Pape Gueye. Sends it forward. He's asking a little bit too much there of Ismaila Sarr, and Belgium through Michele and Castagna, and now Tillemans working away well between them, but they just need a bit of inspiration here, Belgium. Here's Tillemans still midway inside his own half, back to Michele. He will advance towards the halfway line, but the play at times is slow from both sides trying to be patient as Trossard now looks to release De Bruyne through the centre, 30 yards out. De Bruyne's done well, lays it off to Doku. Doku goes one way then the other, deflected shot, and it's claimed, plucked out of the air by Mori Diaw.
Great play, that's great centre forward play from Kevin De Bruyne, if you can believe it. Chests it down, holds off the defender, plays it out to Doku. Doku tries to cross it, but it gets a little deflection off of Jacobs and nearly catches Mori Diaw out in the goal. He has to readjust and takes it safely, but that's a little bit better from Belgium. Get it to Doku.
As the whistle goes, and Belgium will have a free kick just inside the Senegal half. Belgium 0, Senegal 1 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Plenty of reaction to England's late victory over DR Congo on the Football Daily tomorrow. Do download it from BBC Sounds. You can watch the goals on the BBC Sport website. An iPlayer as well as De Ketelaere plays the ball in, deflected behind. Belgium corner.
Yeah, it's so much easier for Belgium when they do pass the ball and they move. It's an age-old saying in football: pass the ball and move, pass the ball and move. They're doing it a little bit better now, and they're starting to get a little bit of joy in the final third. Kevin De Bruyne corner, in-swinger.
De Bruyne rolls the ball to that corner flag. Wipes the sweat from his brow, not once but twice. Prepares to send this one in. No, they play it short. Edge of the area. The shot is driven in. Oh, it was a good one. And it's well saved by Mori Diaw. Maxime De Kuyper letting fly from range. Super hit. Very good stop.
Yeah, oh, it's a great save, by the way, Mori Diaw there. He's going in his top left-hand corner, De Kuyper. So sets on his right foot, trying to curl it in the corner. And I've got to say, the keeper is at full stretch into that top left-hand corner as the keeper stands in the goal. Another corner, though.
And it's De Bruyne again. from this near side, raises both arms in the air, has Doku as the short option, but this time we'll swing it in. It's to the edge of the box again, and this time De Kuyper sends the header wide. Well, again, they were looking for De Kuyper in space as we enter 5 minutes of added time here in Seattle, but he just couldn't catch it, so he had to hit it.
Yeah.
And he's never going to score a header from outside the penalty area.
Oh, you say that?
I'll tell you what, let me add, not with Mori Jiao in goal, who's having a good tournament.
Yeah, you say that, you know, back in the day people have scored from the edge of the box with headers, let me tell you. I couldn't think of one at the moment, actually. It's a difficult skill, let me tell you, Vicky. They've done better in the last 4 or 5 minutes, Belgium.
But it's Senegal coming forward, and Ndiaye has space down the right-hand side. Ismail Assar in the centre, Iliman Ndiaye tried to go alone, and the shots from the edge of the box by Pape Gueye will spin out, and it will go behind for a Belgium goal kick. But Ndiaye, when he just picks up those pockets of space, the Everton man's looking so dangerous.
Yeah, he does. And you know what, when he drifts inside into the middle of the park and he has a bit of a roam, there's nothing on the right hand side at all for Senegal, so he has to stay there, give them that width. It spreads the back four of Belgium. There's loads of big gaps, and then you got space for those green shirts to run into.
So Théat out to the left-hand side, and will be picked up by Leandro Trossard. Belgium 0, Senegal 1. He played 90 seconds of the 5 minimum minutes added on here in Seattle. Out to the right-hand side come Belgium once more. Jeremy Doku on field now to Kevin De Bruyne, goes for the 1-2, but that's too much on it even for Doku, and Doku then commits the foul, but the referee says, well, the ball was going out of play anyway. So let's have a goal kick to Senegal. Dion Dublin. Yeah,
it's such a well-drilled back line here for Senegal. Mori Diaw there and Nia Karte having a high five as if to say, yeah, that's what we worked on. Be hard to beat. Don't let Doku in behind you. Well played. Brilliant, brilliant defending.
As the ball is flicked on by Van Aken. Might have been a slight suspicion of handball against Ismail Assar there, but nothing doing. Whistle goes anyway. Eventually it's a free kick to Belgium. Doku fouled. And we have 2.5 minutes of added time to play in this first half. Belgium 0, Senegal 1 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds as De Kuyper has just drawn that very good save from Mori Diaw from range. Plays it back to Théat. Théat will now find Hans Van Aken, the midfielder, dropping deep to get involved. As Mekele plays it forward to Théat. Every player bar Thibaut Courtois or Liniello is inside the Senegal half. Belgium playing from left to right, looking for this equaliser in this round of 32 match just before half time as Castagna plays it in field to Mekele. Out of the centre circle he goes and now finds Leandro Trossard of Arsenal. Plays it forwards, blocked away, but Trossard will get it back, and now Tielemans forward to Jeremy Doku. Oh, lovely footwork. Was he brought down there? Yes, he was. I think it's been called back for the earlier foul. Free kick to Belgium, central position, 30 yards out.
Yeah, it's quite a way out, this one. If you can imagine from the edge of the 18-yard box, you can imagine 2 cuts of grass. You've got a light green, then a dark green, and it's bang on the middle. I think this is a long way for even Kevin De Bruyne, so I'm pretty sure they've got something up their sleeve here, Belgium.
Well, De Bruyne is over it, De Kuyper there as well. We've already seen that he can hit them from range, but as Dion says, it is pretty much bang on that little strip of grass that marks that 30 yards from goal. Pretty central. Got the 4/5 player, Senegal wall, and then a wall of 3 Belgian players just ahead of that as well. What do you reckon? Going for goal, one of them?
Yeah, definitely.
So, De Bruyne or De Kuyper? It's going to be De Kuyper. He did go for goal. It's straight into one of those walls. And will be cleared away by Crepin Diatta, and still, it's just not happening for Belgium. They still trail 1-0.
It's not, but it's been better. It's been better in the last 5 minutes or so. They've got through the first green line of defence and hard-working players.
Lovely ball by De Bruyne.
What
for
a
Doku.
pass, what a
Beautiful
pass.
control as well. That was sumptuous from Belgium. Here's Doku. Finds Tielemans just outside the area. Castagna is on the overlap, but Tielemans will send it in instead. It's cleared away at the back and falls to De Bruyne, who again just doesn't catch it cleanly from just outside the penalty area. And Mori Chow can pat the ball down and clear for Senegal.
What a pass from Kevin De Bruyne. Beautiful. As the half comes to a close, Kevin De Bruyne there from left to right. Beautiful to Doku, but they've not shown enough quality in the first half for me. Belgium been slightly off it, and Senegal deserve their 1-0 lead.
Little glimpses there though, Dion, in that move that you've just described, and the quality we know that Belgium have. So they do have the capability of stepping it up, but they've struggled to do that at this World Cup so far. As for Senegal, what a half for them. Brilliant,
absolutely brilliant. Energy's great, organisation is brilliant. Keeper's done well with a couple of good stops and taking a couple of crosses. And up front as well, they've got so much choice of going down the right, going down the left. Sadio Mane's all over the place doing his play, doing his thing. They've been more potent. They deserve to go in 1-0 up, but this game is far from over.
Indeed, we will bring you the second half live from Lumen Field here in Seattle. But at half-time, Katie Smith, it's Belgium 0, Senegal 1.
Vicky, thank you very much. Dion as well. So big second half to come for Belgium, trailing by 1-0 to Senegal. So we'll be back in Seattle for the second half shortly. Welcome along to Centre Court here at the end of the action on day 3. We are packing up Centre Court for the night. You might be able to hear behind me one of the ground staff with almost like a leaf blower type instrument, just giving the grass a lot of attention. The net has been dismantled. And the reason all the action is over a little bit sooner than we've expected or had over the past couple of days is that Novak Djokovic was ruthless and clinical, dispatching of Stefanos Tsitsipas, the former world number 3, in straight sets in just an hour and 38 minutes here, last up on Centre Court in the day's play. So Djokovic through to a 20th third round here at SW19 for the 7-time champion. So we're going to reflect on that and hear from him during half-time. And of course get all the reaction to England's dramatic win over DR Congo earlier in the round of 32 at the World Cup. That is all after the latest news here on 5 Live with Alison Hughes.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live,
the voice of the UK and the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Thanks, Katie. Away from the sport then, and the Met Office says last month was the warmest June on record in England and the second warmest in the UK as a whole. The average temperature of 17.1 Celsius was nearly 3 degrees above the long-term average. The BBC weather forecaster, Louise Lear, says our climate is changing.
It's not just the daytime heat that was being quite phenomenal, because we also had extreme humidity and nighttime temperatures weren't falling very far either. So people weren't having a chance to recover from that. And it just illustrates that Europe is actually the fastest warming continent across the globe.
The National Police Chiefs Council says 362 people have been arrested and more than £1 million in cash has been seized as part of a crackdown on illegal trade and organised immigration crime. 39 police forces across the UK targeted premises including barbershops, vape shops and car washes. 2 police officers who arrested Henry Novak after he was fatally stabbed in Southampton are being investigated for potential gross misconduct. The 18-year-old was handcuffed as he lay dying last December. His killer had falsely accused him of a racist attack. Vikram Digwa, who's 23, was jailed for life last month. Donna Jones is the Police and Crime Commissioner for Hampshire and the Isle of Wight.
It is imperative that this review is carried out quickly, that it is robust, and that the public have confidence that it has been thorough and gone into all of the areas that it needs to. That's why I'm pleased the IOPC are including the racial element to the incidents that happened on the 3rd of December.
The government says teachers in England will get a 3.5% pay rise from September, with a 3% increase in 2027. Ministers say there'll be £1.8 billion in additional funding, but schools will have to pay the first 1% of each rise from current budgets. The authorities in Venezuela say the number of people known to have died in last week's earthquakes has reached nearly 2,300. Around 40,000 people are still unaccounted for. And around 150 TG Jones stores, formerly WH Smith, are facing closure after the High Court approved a plan to restructure the business. It put hundreds of jobs at risk.
The 2023 Ballon d'Or France footballer is Lionel Messi.
The winner is Cristiano Ronaldo.
This is the story of the greatest rivalry in the history of sport. A rivalry that split football into two faiths for a generation.
There could be no, Messi and Ronaldo are both great players. There had to be one that was better.
They 100,000,000% pushed each other to the next level. We were the lucky ones who got to see it.
I'm Steve Crossman. This is Sporting Giants, Messi v Ronaldo. Listen first on BBC Sounds.
This is 5 Live Sport.
At the FIFA World Cup 2026.
With Katie Smith.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
Yep, great to have your company this evening, and hasn't it been dramatic? If you were with us earlier, England through to the last 16 of the World Cup after coming from behind to beat DR Congo 2-1 thanks to 2 Harry Kane goals.
Kane with a header! It's there! It's Harry Kane! Who else? And look at the relief that we can see in the stadium here. Frenzied celebrations. The captain to the rescue. And it's England 1, DR Congo 1. You might have thought it was never coming, but it's arrived and they're all square.
He's done it once again. Who's the man that you need in your hour of need? The captain, the talisman, the leader.
Gordon works it to Kane in the D. Kane finds a position. Oh, brilliant! Harry Kane rifles it into the top corner of the DR Congo net. What a finish! That was ruthless from the great man who has saved England in the second half. England lead DR Congo by 2-1, and England have turned it around and are heading with this scoreline to Mexico City.
Yeah, what a crazy game, obviously. First and foremost, playing against a tough team, well-organised team, going behind, but kind of after that first hydration break, I thought we upped the level, we looked good. I mean, their keeper made some unbelievable saves in that first half, and it was just about pounding the rock, keep pounding the rock, and our moments will come. We spoke about people having hero moments. It can be anyone in the team, whether it's me, a save from Pickers, a block from the defenders, whoever it is. We have hero moments, and for me it was the day.
Your first goal kept England alive, of course, but your second one, that celebration, was 80-odd minutes of frustration coming out?
Yeah, I think so. I think you have to stay patient in these games. The last couple games were very similar, and obviously when you get to knockout football, the pressure is higher, the risk is higher. But we spoke all week just about being ourselves. And from an attacking point of view, it was probably our best game of the tournament so far. Obviously still things to work on for sure, but ultimately these rounds are just about getting through. I think the boss spoke about it before the game. This one and the next one are two difficult games for different reasons. The next one obviously away in Mexico against Mexico, but we're in the part of the tournament where you have to grind wins out, and that's what we've done today.
Special scenes at the end with the fans. They're still singing now, but we also saw you go into a huddle. What did you say to the rest of the squad?
Just told the boys to enjoy it. Sometimes as an England player, when you go through tough games like this and games that you're expected to win, you don't really celebrate how you should. We're the same as every other nation. We're through, so enjoy it. We're in a World Cup. We're fighting for every moment, every little margin. So I want the boys to enjoy it with the fans like we did, and then we go again in 4 days.
So that was Captain Harry Kane speaking after the win to Kelly Summers. Let's hear from the boss then, from Thomas Tuchel, chatting with our correspondent John Murray.
Yes, Thomas Tuchel joins us live on BBC Radio 5 Live. Thomas, the phrase that seems to be the one that is used is never in doubt.
Easy to say now, but I think it was no time for doubt. It was too intense to doubt. This team didn't accept the defeat. They didn't accept it, and that's the best of it. I felt no doubt from the players. I felt that they were just doing what is needed to do. I felt that they showed their teeth, and I felt they were fully committed again. It was difficult because we conceded first and we didn't get the press right in the first 20 minutes. Commitment was always there, but in the last 3 quarters, I think we were excellent, and we were just fully. And I felt the belief from the players that's the best sign of it. And then we created a lot of chances, maybe penalty, maybe not, and then another save and another save, and still they didn't doubt. They just kept on doing what we were doing. And I feel like with the goal that we got, the equalizer, we got of course the momentum totally on our side, and even more belief than we had, and then turned it around. Well done.
But even you must have felt the nerves jangling.
Yeah, but if you feel your players fully, you're totally in the game. Of course, you know the time is running, clock is ticking, but you feel your players at halftime. You feel them in a hydration break, and you feel them pushing from the side. I felt a team that does not accept a defeat today. I felt a team that just fully aware where we are at this very moment. It is a moment in the tournament where, yeah, if you want to compare it, it's maybe January or February, and you go an away match in a FA Cup. And things can get complicated, and it's just so necessary that you keep the belief, you show your teeth, and you don't give in. You don't give in no matter what. And I think that's what the team deserves the praise for, because they did exactly this. We turned it around, and well deserved, by the way, but it took a long while.
And what would you say to people? Because people will say, well, England are not hitting the heights of France, Argentina.
I don't care what people say. I saw what they do, and then we will see. We will see when it comes to that. These 2 teams are, by the way, the favourites, and yeah, we're the underdogs, and we're happy where we are.
So, Thomas Tuchel there speaking with John Murray a little earlier after that win for England. Plenty more reaction, by the way, on the latest Football Daily podcast, including interviews with Elliot Anderson. We've got Anthony Gordon and Declan Rice as well, all available right now on BBC Sounds. And we're going to have commentary, of course, of that match against Mexico City on Monday at 1 a.m. Loads of other football lines for you today. Tottenham Hotspur are set to smash their transfer record for a second time this week. That's after agreeing a deal worth up to £100 million with Newcastle United for midfielder Sandro Tonali. Vitor Pereira's poised to leave Nottingham Forest. That's with the club ready to appoint former Palace boss Oliver Glasner as his successor. Chelsea have signed Italian right-back Marco Pilastri from Atalanta. That's worth around £47 million. And Brighton have agreed a club record £46 million deal with Tottenham for Croatia defender Luka Vuskovic. On to cricket. England's men's T20 international earlier against India had to be abandoned. That was because of rain in Durham. So India had recovered from 6 for 2 to post 189 for 7 from their 20 overs before the heavy rain arrived. That was during the interval. So second match of the series is at Old Trafford. That's on Saturday, and we'll have that live for you on SportsCetera from 2:15. And good news England-wise, England women's captain Nat Sciver-Brunt's been passed fit to return from injury and play in tomorrow's T20 World Cup semi-final against South Africa. You can listen to that match every ball on SportsCetera from 6:15 in the evening. Right, we are live here on Centre Court on 5 Live. Before we head back to the football, in the last half an hour, 7-time champion here at SW19, Novak Djokovic raced to an emphatic, ruthless straight sets victory over Stefanos Tsitsipas. He's into the 3rd round. Let's hear from him now.
I feel great, I've said this so many times before. I try not to take these moments for granted, playing on the center court of, the childhood dream tournament. I've always been saying that, it stayed like that. I feel very privileged to be walking out on the court at age 30 plus. And I don't think it's a cliche, and I actually believe it's true. Age is just a number, and a few people that know something about that are right in the royal box. Rory and Justin, obviously Luke. It's nice to see you guys. Congrats Team Europe on the Ryder Cup. Watched you guys. Rory, what a beautiful jacket. Is that a Masters jacket? Must be. Yeah. Round of applause for Rory for Masters, please. I want that jacket. I'll play you. This jacket for that jacket. We play tennis. No golf. I want to thank them, obviously, for being present. I know they arrived early and stayed all days. Thank you, guys. It really means a lot seeing you here.
So Novak Djokovic there enjoying the company of some of Europe's Ryder Cup winners on centre court. They were watching Jannik Sinner winning earlier as well. And just a sense of what's coming up on day 4, which we will bring you live coverage on 5 Live tomorrow from 1 o'clock as per usual. We've got the defending champion Iga Swiatek, tough second round match for her, taking on the former world number 1 Karolina Pliskova, also a finalist here on the grass at Wimbledon. And 4 Brits back in action as well. Katie Swan taking on the Grand Slam finalist and winner Madison Keys, Australian Open last year. Jan Choinski takes on a tough opponent in Francis Tiafoe of the United States. Jacob Fernley up against Shami Munar and Arthur Ferry in action as well. So that all to come on day 4 of Wimbledon for you. But right now we're taking you back to the battle in Seattle, where Senegal lead by a 0-0 against Belgium in the round of 32. Back to Dion and Vicky.
Thank you very much, Katie, as the players take to the field once more here in Seattle, coming out of that blue tunnel away to our right. And it looks as though Belgium are preparing to make a change. It looks as though they are preparing to bring on their record goal scorer, Romelu Lukaku. Dion, we saw him warming up throughout half-time, and the impact that he's had from the bench here. He would have wanted to have played more minutes. He's had a horrible season with injury with Napoli. But the impact he's had from the bench, he came off the bench here against Egypt when you and I were in the stadium and forced an own goal within seconds. He came off the bench against New Zealand and scored within seconds. Now he comes off the bench here to try and help Belgium stay in this World Cup. He will replace Charlotte de Ketelaere. He will lead the line. It's Romelu Lukaku about to enter the field for Belgium, who are 45 minutes plus added time away from another major tournament's disappointment, as the substitution is confirmed. De Ketelaere off, Romelu Lukaku on. Senegal, who lead 1-0, will get us underway for the second half. Dion W.
Yeah, that's. I mean, De Ketelaere was finding his way out into the wings, and Romelu Lukaku will not do that. He will stay down the middle. He will occupy Niakate. And Pathé sees in that defence, and they'll have their work cut out now. The big man's on.
So the countdown here in Seattle is complete. Senegal and Ismaïla Sarr to get us underway. And Sarr gets it back immediately. The Crystal Palace man outside the penalty area. Bright start this from Senegal to the second half. They lead by a 0-0. They've been the better side. As they come down the left-hand side, swiped away, played back in by Senegal and collected by Moussa Niakate. Belgium already on the back foot as they come once more. Senegal down the left-hand side, Mane's delivery as Ismaïla Sarr was in there, it comes to Iliman Ndiaye, tried to place it in the bottom corner and just couldn't catch it cleanly.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's a really good start as well. You know, everybody's thinking that Senegal are going to go back to the keeper, then he's going to launch it forward. He went straight up to Ismaïla Sarr, and they get a half chance from Sadio Mane. He's so sharp as well, Sadio Mane. At the age of 34, he looks like he's still got his sharp legs and wants to take players on and create chances.
Well, he is their record goal scorer, Sadio Mane, and he's been ever present here, as Dion says. At the age of 34, still such a big player for Senegal. As Leandro Trossard comes forward for Belgium, it's for Nack, and he played it the wrong way. Lukaku had gone left, and Nakin's ball went right, tries to charge down the clearance but can't do so, and Théat will shepherd it all the way back to Courtois, who's in goal for Belgium. The back four of Castagna, Mekele, Théat and De Kuyper. Ahead of them, Tielemans and Van Aken, with Trossard, De Bruyne and Doku supporting now Romelu Lukaku up top as Van Aken plays it out to the right-hand side, and Doku, it's well intercepted by Pathé Ciss. Senegal will keep hold of it. Here is Crépin Diatta, plays it forward to Iliman Ndiaye, lovely turn to ease past after Théat, but he's well held up by De Kuyper, who come back to help out. So Senegal spread the play over to the left-hand side, and nicely worked that is to Jacobs, and now Sadio Mane once again pulls it back to the goal scorer Habib Diarra. Now Moussa Niakate just outside the centre circle. Here's Diarra once again, finds Sadio Mane, who will find Jacobs, crosses blocked by Timothy Castagna, and Castagna does really well, gets the foot in, prevents the corner and also dispossesses Jacobs as the whistle goes. and it will be a free kick to Belgium. So Senegal, no changes for them at half-time. Mori Diaw still deputising for the injured Edouard Mendy in goal. The back four of Diatta, Cease, Niakate and Jacobs ahead of them. The goal scorer, Habib Diarra, Idrissa Gana Gueye and Pat Gay, with Iliman Ndiaye and Sadio Mane supporting Ismaila Sarr up top as Belgium win another free kick, a third of the way now inside their own half. Dion Dublin.
Yeah, this is Belgium now having to think of a way to break down Senegal, because they will keep coming, and Belgium have got to now get the ball to their better players, create something, make a game of this now, because if they don't, they are going home again.
It's Trossard in field to Hans van Aken. And will force it through to Yuri Tillemans, who lays it off. Tayat will retrieve just inside the Senegal half. And Trossard has it once more, left-hand side. Senegal leading Belgium by 1-0 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, as Timothy Castagna on the halfway line will steer it back to Michele. Senegal well marshalled, the all-green kit, all in shape, all linking up nicely defensively, as that isn't quite so nice from Maxime de Kuyper of Brighton. Miscontrolled ball straight out of play for a throw to Senegal. Belgium in their change strip, the very light blue tops with the pink circle around the middle, the white shorts and the white socks as they come forwards. Once again, Senegal down the right-hand side, Iliman Ndiaye, and again, he'd actually managed to deal with that pressure and Ndiaye. The whistle's gone for a free kick, but I think it's the second time in the game Senegal might say, well, actually, we've managed to overcome that foul, and we'd rather you just let play continue.
Yeah, and Ndiaye's enjoying the company from de Kuyper. He wants him closer. He's rolled him a couple of times. De Kuyper's had to pull him back, and then as he's come out of that being pulled, he's got away and the referee's pulled him back.
Here comes Senegal once again. It's Jacobs down the left-hand side in field to their record goal scorer, Sadio Mane. As Jacobs as an option once more and uses him, hugging that left touchline, and in field now to Idrissa Gana Gueye. And now Pat Gay steers it back to Pata Cease. Out on the right-hand side now is Iliman Ndiaye. Again, Senegal working the ball nicely. The combinations are good. And here goes Ismaila Sarr in field. Pat Gay to the left-hand side, and Sadio Mane trying to create the space, pulls the ball across, and it's Diarra, what a chance on the penalty spot, and the man who put Senegal ahead in the first half really should have doubled their lead in the second. He was unmarked and he swept it a few yards wide.
Oh, Diarra has to score. Sadio Mane again, he gets double teamed down the left-hand side, but he takes it all the way to the touchline, pulls it back to the penalty spot. Diarra's there, all he's got to do is side foot it into the corner of the net, gets a bit excited, puts too much on it.
Huge opportunity for Senegal, and they might get another one here. It's Ismaila Sarr. Oh, he's controlled it beautifully! What a stunner! A rocket into the back of the net, and Senegal take real control of this last 32 tie against Belgium. The substitute of all sprinted down the touchline to surround Ismaila Sarr, and Belgium stars are stuttering on the big stage once again. They trail Senegal by 2-0.
That's an absolutely fantastic goal, by the way. Ismaila Sarr straight down the middle of the pitch. I think the ball comes from the left side centre half. Niakate, he plays a diagonal from left back straight down the middle of the pitch. Ismaila Sarr is in between the two centre halves of Belgium. He literally brushes them off, takes the ball with his chest towards the goal and fires it after it takes one bounce with the laces of his right foot. That is a world-class centre-forwards goal.
Top scorer for Crystal Palace this season. His 4th goal of the World Cup for Senegal. What a tournament he's having. And Senegal, in just the 4th World Cup in their history, could be about to inflict another European casualty on this World Cup. We've still got the vast majority of this second half to go, but Germany have gone, the Netherlands have gone, and Belgium, unless they can step it up, are going to go too.
Yeah, it seems to be the way for Belgium. They seem to just wait and wait and wait, and they get into an impossible position and they start to play. Well, if they don't start to play now, they could be 3 or 4 down, because Senegal are not going to take a step back. They are not going to just say, that'll do us now, we'll take the points. They want more.
Well, what have you got, Belgium? What have you got, Rudy Garcia? What have you got, Lukaku, De Bruyne, Tielemans? They've got the quality, but at the moment, again, and this is the story for Belgium over recent major tournaments, they are not showing up. The Senegal will have a free kick on halfway, and this is the struggle for Belgium. We say, in their last game against New Zealand, it was their biggest World Cup win. They scored 5 goals, they won 5-1. Before that game, Belgium had scored just 4 goals across their last 9 games at major tournaments. The Euros in 2024, the World Cup in 2022. It is just not good enough, Dion.
No, they seem to be letting themselves down, letting their nation down. They just cannot find the performances when needed.
And Senegal, what a performance this is from them. They're coming down the left again. Eventually Belgium do make the interception with Tielemans, and that's lovely play by Doku down the right hand side. Tackles go flying in. Idrissa Gana Gueye, he won the ball cleanly, but Doku had been fouled earlier, so it's going to be a free kick to Belgium, and they're preparing a double change. Dodi Lukebakio and Nico Raskan are going to come on, but they've already put on Lukaku, who hasn't had a touch yet, I don't think, Dion. But they need something, Belgium. Otherwise, it is going to be more disappointment for them. The Senegal concede the free kick on the edge of the centre circle, and Belgium have the set piece. But again, the context that is around Senegal at the moment, as we say, it's just the 4th World Cup in their history. They had the drama of the Africa Cup of Nations in January, where they walked off the pitch in protest at Morocco being awarded a late penalty. Morocco missed that penalty with a Panenka. Then they won it in extra time. Then in March, that was taken away from them by the Confederation of African Footballers. Senegal have a throw deep in their own territory because they walked off and Morocco complained. Eventually, CAF decided, right, that does mean you forfeit the final. Morocco get a 3-0 win. Senegal have taken it to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, and that's without even starting about all the drama that's happened at this World Cup, about their coach and his contract, which we'll tell you about in a moment. But Belgium coming forward down the right hand side is Jeremy Doku, plays it infield off Jacobs, and it's going to be a throw to Belgium, and now they will make this double change. So here it comes for Belgium. Jeremy Doku is coming off. Now remember, he went back to London for the birth of his son Praise, missed the second game, so fitness wise hasn't quite been fully training throughout the tournament. Well, they're advertising the substitutes, but yes, they are going to make them before this throw. So Doku's off and Kevin De Bruyne off as well, and on comes Nico Raskan of Rangers. So we'll get Dion's thoughts on that in a moment, but a long throw is going to be taken for Belgium, who trail by 2-0 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Launched into the area, it's flicked on by Michele and flicked behind. So thoughts on that double change for Belgium, Dion Dublin?
Yeah, this is an odd one for me. I mean, we had a close-up of Doku there coming off the pitch, and he's shaking his head and he's muttering to himself, very much unhappy with being taken off. Same with Kevin De Bruyne, not so happy. And I'm not surprised, because if even though they're not playing well and they haven't had the best of games, if you need a little bit of magic from a set piece or a run or an assist, it's got to come from one of those 2 players.
But it's Senegal providing the magic at the moment as they have the ball left hand side of the area. It's cleared away by Tayat. Out of play for a Senegal throw. And we have to say with Doku as well, talking about him not training fully throughout the World Cup because of going back for the birth of his baby boy, he's looked fine out there.
He has, yeah.
He hasn't looked tired. He hasn't looked like he's struggling. He's looked lively. There have been nice bits of skill. Yes, as Dion says, neither of them have had their best games, but De Bruyne as well. I mean, De Bruyne, can you understand it more, or do you just leave him on despite the fact that he is in his mid-30s now? But these are the calls you're paid to make as a manager. And Rudy Garcia has made a couple of big ones. Senegal have it third of the way inside the Belgium half. Senegal leading by 2-0, and they've won the free kick, Dion Dublin.
Yeah, they have, just, I don't know, a third into Belgium's half down the right-hand side, and I think the problem for Belgium as well is Sadio Mane hasn't had his say yet, and Jai hasn't had his say yet, and they've both been outstanding today, so they're going to want to do something today as well, so another couple of problems for Belgium to figure out how to stop them.
It's been a superb performance from Senegal. We had the ball outside their own penalty area. And just going back to the drama that surrounded them at this tournament as well, moving on from AFCON, Pat Chow, the manager, the Senegal FA had to deny rumours that he'd refused to board a flight to the US with the team at the end of May, ready for the World Cup, because his contract had expired in February. He was still in negotiations. He hadn't signed a new deal before the World Cup. There were delays to their flight out here. The Senegal FA dismissed rumours that said it was because he wouldn't get on the plane. Eventually, the contract has been signed while he's out here, and they've all kind of moved on. But you know, again, Dion, you know, you think about players at a tournament, you're looking for all these marginal gains, you want to be focused, and, you know, flights or no flights, you've got a coach who hasn't yet resolved that contract issue, who's coming out to the World Cup. But they put all of that to one side, and they're playing some brilliant football here in the last 30.
Yeah, they are. They haven't let it affect them whatsoever. Very, very organised. I mean, their energy levels have been absolutely outstanding today, getting to the ball on most of the occasions, first and second balls as well.
But Belgium are not done yet. Here is Leandro Trossard, central position. Now Romelu Lukaku, first chance for him to really get involved after coming on at half-time. Feeds Van Aken, taken off his toes, but Trossard will pick it up for Belgium once more. Central position, midway through the Senegal half. Senegal leading by 2-0 with an hour gone here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds in Seattle as Belgium have it. Right-hand side of the area, it's a great run. It's cleared away. Look at Bakio's shot. As Castagna gets his head to it, and Belgium can build again.
Yeah, I mean, it's such great defending. The organisation going from left to right, you could see all the green shirts coming together, not allowing any gaps.
But it will ricochet to Romelu Lukaku, close down by Jessica Gay, but he can't get the ball off Lukaku as the shot into the side netting. Belgium appealing for a deflection, and they get it as well. Tielemans' effort goes behind for a Belgium corner. Belgium 0, Senegal 2.
Yeah, they're just bouncing off Lukaku at the moment. He's taking it and he's bouncing it away, then he's getting into another goal scoring position. I think you've got to get Lukaku running towards the goal rather than having his back to goal. Give him a chance to score a goal, cross it as well.
So, corner for Belgium to be taken from the far side. Swung in right-footed, it's ball from Tielemans. It's cleared away by Crepin Diatta. Dion, I could hear your groan. Yeah. You weren't even on mic there and I could hear that.
Honestly, when the ball goes to the corner flag and it goes out for a corner, put the ball in a decent area. Don't hit the first man. Leave. If you've got to take a bit of pace off it, do that. When it hits the first man, it's such a disappointment for the centre forwards and the centre halves, and it's a waste.
Belgium in possession outside the centre circle. The remnants of the golden generation mixed with newer talent, but still at the moment the same old story as the ball is dinked into the area, looking for the run of Tielemans. It's cleared away by Senegal, but Belgium are building a spell of pressure here, Dion.
Yeah, they are, but you know, at the moment they're looking like a gold-plated generation, to be honest with you.
Well, it's given away, and Van Aken to Lukaku. Look at Bakio trying to pick his shot, and Ismail Assar will clear away for Senegal, who all of a sudden have dropped very, very deep indeed. As Tayat plays it out to the left-hand side. Here is Maxime de Kuiper. Belgium 0, Senegal 2, as Belgium win another throw, and they're going to take it quickly. It's de Kuiper out to the left-hand side, and the whistle's gone. It's going to be a free kick to Senegal as Belgium are preparing more changes.
Yeah, I think the beauty of this Senegal side is they do get players back, you know, in numbers, but what they do when they win the ball, they do have an outlet. Ismail Assar goes forward and he stays forward, and then he gets back, so they do both jobs. They don't mind going back together to defend or attacking together.
Trossard's drawn the foul there. It's going to be a free kick to Belgium. Rudy Garcia is out barking at the referee, and this is a big call here, this substitute that's coming up. Belgium with a free kick just inside the Senegal half, trailing Senegal by 2-0. 21-year-old Diego Moreira is about to come on. It's going to be his 4th cap for Belgium. This is his first major tournament. This is his major tournament debut. He comes on for Hans van Aken. He's an attacker. He's got 5 goals for Strasbourg this season. Actually a former Chelsea player as well, and a former Belgium and Portugal youth international. But my word, to make your major tournament debut at 2-0 down in a knockout stage game. He's not been given any minutes so far at this tournament, and now he's on.
They're at that stage,
to try and save Belgium.
They're at that stage, aren't they? De Kuyper actually pulls him and whispers in his ear a few words of encouragement, I would imagine. He'll get a little free roll, I would imagine, in and around Lukaku. Here we go.
As Belgium come down the right-hand side, it's Luka Bacchio. Moreira won't latch onto it. Senegal will clear away. Senegal leading 2-0, and Ismaila Sarr was just knocked over there by Michele, and Michele's going to go into the book as Belgium frustration bubbles over.
Michele there, he just got done with a lovely bit of skill. It's rolled into Ismaila Sarr on his right-hand side, and he just puts a bit of spin on the ball round the corner to the right. He goes to the left. Michele there just making sure that one can go by, but they both. The ball or the man can go by, but not both of them, he's saying.
So, yellow cards for Michele. And Ismaila Sarr is still down here for Senegal, the man who has doubled their advantage with that superb shot early on in the second half. 21 goals in all competitions for Crystal Palace this season. You see Senegal lead 2-0 as we see a shot of Kevin De Bruyne sitting at the back of the Belgium technical area. Nothing more he can do. He has been withdrawn. Rudy Garcia is making some big calls, the Belgian boss, in this game. As Mori Chow, the Senegal goalkeeper, will send the ball long. And it's all the way through with Thibaut Courtois. 65 minutes played here in Seattle at Lumen Fields. As the clouds creep over the stadium, we see little swathes of blue sky above the stands just opposite us as Senegal see Belgium coming forward. It's Trossard down the left-hand side, plays it in field to Raskan, and now Michele inside the centre circle. Belgium 0, Senegal 2. As Luka Bacchio picks it up down the right-hand side, plays it in, Lukaku chests it down, won't fall for Trossard, and Trossard has caught Idrissa Gana Gueye there, trying to win that ball. And again, Senegal Dion are just drawing the fouls with intelligence here, and they win the set piece.
Yeah, what they're doing is they're getting to the ball first and waiting for the contact, which is coming just a millisecond after they get there, and then they're just falling over, and they're buying free kicks in the right areas and really taking a load of pressure off their keeper and their back four. We've got another substitute here for Senegal.
Yes, Lamine Camara, who plays for Monaco, is going to replace Pape Gueye. So midfield change, 22-year-olds coming on, Pape Gueye coming off. Senegal look to see out this last 32 tie. They've got just over a quarter of the game to go.
Not happy though.
Senegal too.
Not happy, Vicky. Pape Gueye there coming off, not really wanting to high-five the manager, kicking the where the drinks are, so he's kicked all that over there. He's not happy at all. He was obviously enjoying the game and feeling as though he could affect it, which is good. I like to see that when players are not happy. They want to contribute all the time. It's brilliant.
Well, he'll have to put his personal disappointment to one side, because Senegal will be very happy indeed if they can get through this as Belgium give the ball away. Here's Habib Diarra. Senegal looking to double their 2-goal advantage, but Ndiaye plays it just behind Kamara, who's just come on. And now Tielemans will bring it forward for Belgium. He's looking for the run of Luka Bacchio, but it was very well intercepted by Jacobs. Kamara then a little slow, challenge and foul on Trossard. And his first contribution after coming off the bench is to give away a free kick and pick up a yellow card.
Trossard floating about, just doing what he does. Trossard, I wouldn't really fancy playing against Trossard because he just seems to do things that you don't want him to do. He passes it at the right time, he just crops up in good areas, he's just trying to create there and gets fouled in the centre of the pitch.
So here's Moreira on his major tournament debut for Belgium, just his 4th cap. Cleared away by Senegal. Théat will make the interception and Belgium will just about keep hold of it. Senegal were pressing. Mekele will pick it up for Belgium. Steers it in field to Fulham's Timothy Castagna. Now picked up once more by Raskan. Théat out to the left-hand side in field to Raskan once more. And now Tielemans. Back to Raskan. They need something, Belgium. They need a bit of brightness, a bit of a spark, a bit of that stardust. We know they've got stars on the pitch, but it is turning into the same old story for them as we hit 67.5 minutes here at Lumen Field in Seattle on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Are Belgium going to be the latest European giant to exit the World Cup, to avoid that fate, just as England narrowly did earlier today against DR Congo? They're going to have to score 2 goals, and that would only take it to extra time. At the moment they are still struggling to test Mori Diaw in the Senegal goal as they have the ball on halfway. Belgium out to the left hand side and Diego Moreira, opportunity to try and trick his way towards the penalty area, whips a low ball in. That was a nervy clearance. Mori Diaw will claim under pressure from Trossard. There's no way that from Camara could have been considered a back pass, and Diaw is able to gather and roll the ball out to the right hand side. Dion Dublin.
It would have been a great back pass if he'd have done it like that. He kicks it up in the air about 25 yards and the keeper comes and collects it.
Well, Senegal wanted a free kick there. Pathé Ciss going down. It's not going to be given. De Kuyper swings the ball in and it was just flicked away by Ciss. He'd recovered before Lukaku could do anything to try and latch onto it. Then Mane's dispossessed. That was a little lackadaisical from Senegal's record goal scorers. The ball is into the area, but it's behind Lukaku and out of play for a goal kick to Senegal as we prepare for the hydration break. And Youri Tielemans is absolutely roaring at Leandro Trossard. Oh, he's furious. Tielemans and Trossard are coming together. Nico Raskin has got to get in between them. Romelu Lukaku getting involved as well. It is all bubbling over and boiling up here for Belgium because they know they're on the brink of elimination.
Yeah, they are. Listen, they're at each other's throats now, which is not a good look. Even the manager comes onto the pitch as well. He's not happy as well. Rudy Garcia thinking to himself, I can't let this spill over into individual situations. We need to come together. With 2 goals down, we've got 22.5 minutes left in the World Cup. We need to be together now. What have we got left? I mean, it was Romelu Lukaku that just stood in between them. That's why they couldn't get anywhere near each other, because he is one big unit, let me tell you.
Well, Tielemans is the captain. You know, he's got a right to voice his frustrations, but that was more than that. That was hang on a minute, Lukaku and Raskin there as well, thinking, look, we've got to get in between them here because we cannot have a situation where our players come together. And of course the irony being that on the other side you've got Idrissa Gana Gueye, haven't you, getting sent off for having a go at Michael Keane and having a little slap at him for Everton this season. But it's Belgium who are spilling over here, but nothing more than that. It was calmed down by Lukaku and Raskin, and now Rudy Garcia in the middle of that Belgium huddle has given a very impassioned speech. And as we look to our right here in Seattle, Pat Chow, Senegal, they look focused, they look relaxed, they're in control. He's just going around a couple of the players, giving a few individual instructions, bringing 2 of them together, putting his arms around their shoulders. They have been superb, Senegal, and Belgium, well, they're on the brink once again. Yeah, Belgium are on the brink of going home. I mean, Senegal there just got absolutely soaked by the sprinklers as they popped out of the grass, and they absolutely soaked all the players in green. I mean, that's it now. Rudy Garcia's had his last words. His players now are pointing, and Tielemans and Trossard seem to be okay. They're out there again. They've got to show a little bit more of individual skill and quality and what they are all about, Belgium, because they haven't. All competition they've shown flashes but consistently been average, in my opinion. Senegal have been excellent. And Senegal are not sitting back on this 2-goal lead. It's a like-for-like attacking change as Iliman Ndiaye, the Everton man, comes off and the youngster, the 18-year-old Ibrahim Mbaye, comes on. Now, what an exciting player this young man is. 18 years of age. He scored once here against France. That makes him the youngest World Cup goal scorer in African history. He's already Senegal's youngest ever goal scorer. Really bright young talent. He is billed as the next Sadio Mane by some in Senegal. What a mantle to wear. And he's on the pitch with Mane. And here comes the second change for Senegal. It's going to be a double change. Habib Diarra coming off. And replacing him is Pap Matar of Tottenham. Senegal are 18 minutes plus added time away from the last 16. They are 18 minutes plus added time from knocking out another European giant in Belgium, Dion Dublin.
Yeah, and good for it as well. Fully deserved at the moment.
So, what do Belgium have in the tank? Can they step it up? It's been such a disappointing World Cup so far, barring their biggest ever World Cup victory against the tournament's lowest ranked side, New Zealand. That saw them through as group winners. Senegal, in a really tough group, it has to be said, with France and Norway, squeaked through on goal difference. That's one of the best third place sides, ahead of the likes of Scotland. But it's Senegal who've been the better side. And Senegal who have this 2-goal cushion. Belgium in possession. Inside the centre circle here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Here is Trossard. There's the runners on the right hand side, but just delays. Let's see if he passes to Tielemans. I'm sure he will. That's firmly tongue-in-cheek, but that little flashpoint, if you're just joining us, where they pretty much had to be separated by a combination of Raskan and Lukaku. As Lukaku goes down, no free kick given for Belgium. And here comes Senegal down the left-hand side. It's a good ball and they're bursting down the left once more. Senegal, they're looking for a third goal. They have the ball outside the Belgian penalty area. And Jacobs, very calmly, will steer it back to their captain, Idrissa Gana Gueye. He works it out to this right-hand side, and Diatta, and this is intelligent game management as Pap Matar off the bench, the Tottenham man, just slows it down in the centre circle. That's all they need to do, Senegal.
Yeah, it is. And Idrissa Gana Gueye made sure that they didn't force the cross, made sure they kept possession. And since that time, which was 10-15 seconds ago, they've still got the ball. They're now back at the keeper and they're making the pitch big. I do like that Idrissa Gana Gueye, he just drops in between his two centre halves when they are out of possession to make a 5 at the back, and when they win it back, he just pops into midfield again.
So the attendance announced here just shy of 67,000 here at Liman Field, saying it's a full house. I reckon there's a few dark blue seats dotted around that are still empty, but pretty much nearly full. Here in Seattle, it is such a football city, and they have shown up again in their numbers as Senegal win a free kick just inside their own half. The question, Dion, I think, amidst many questions for Belgium, do they have the belief right now? Do they believe they can do this?
Well, we'll find out. They haven't shown it as yet. We know that the individual quality is there. As a team and collectively, they haven't shown it in some time. Or have they shown it?
Lukaku dispossessed. It will be picked up by Raskan. Out to the right-hand side as Belgium will build once more. Raskan picks it up once more. But they're having to be patient, Belgium, as Senegal have the green shirts back. Here's Tayat. Every player so deep inside the Senegal half now as Tayat let fly from 30 yards. And Senegal will try and counter, but that ball has too much on it over on the far side for Sadio Mane. And will be collected by Thibaut Courtois. Dion Dublin.
Yeah, listen, this is it. This is it for Belgium now. Lukaku might have to do something special, and Trossard and Tielemans are going to have to kiss and make up and start playing together and creating chances. They have no time left at all in this competition to mess about.
Belgium are 13 minutes plus added time away from going out as the ball is into the area. De Kuyper heads it back across and it's chested down and cleared away by Pathé Ciss. A little bit nervy in the Senegal back line there, but Belgium again just not quite doing enough. Here's Michele, 30 yards out, central position, steers it out to the right hand side. Luca Bacchio thought about going for goal, might still think about it, does think about it, and it curls just wide. Well, I think a Belgian commentator in our commentary position thought that was in. We heard a big cry of yes behind us, but off target from Dodi Luca Bacchio.
Yeah, Luca Bacchio there, just trying to nestle it in. We've seen Bukayo Saka for England do exactly the same on so many occasions, where he drops his right shoulder, comes onto his left and steers it in the top corner. Luca Bacchio just trying to do that. The keeper is diving as hard as he possibly can. He's scrambling, he thought it was in. Luca Bacchio unlucky there.
It was a super effort, so close to that angle of post and bar. As Belgium have made another change. Thomas Meunier, the Lille man, is on for Brighton's Maxime de Kuiper. Senegal win a free kick on the halfway line. Just under 12 minutes plus added time to play. Belgium 0, Senegal 2. Dion Dublin.
They've been worth the entry fee, Senegal. And I would imagine that the Belgian fans will be very disappointed with their side. No potency at all. Don't really deserve anything from the game, Belgium. And I think Senegal here will just see this one out comfortably, might even nick another one.
Oh, that's a terrible ball by Luca Bacchio, and Sadio Mane's onto it. Still going, Sadio Mane, well blocked away by Michele, who has been one of Belgium's best players in this tournament. A tournament that will be ending for Belgium unless they can find 2 goals in the final 11 minutes plus added time.
Yeah, Michele there as a centre half, going over to the right back spot. Sadio Mane, all he has to do is put into a great area. He's got 3 green shirts, killing themselves to get into the box, and he makes sure that it doesn't get there. He's done well, actually. He's defended well all competition.
Senegal in possession. They are edging ever closer to the last 16, and a match-up with either the USA or Bosnia and Herzegovina back here in Seattle at Lumen Field. We'll be bringing you commentary of that match, the last 32, USA against Bosnia and Herzegovina at 1 o'clock UK time. So coming up shortly after this game as Senegal come forward once more, leading by 2 goals to 0. Lovely ball out to the teenager Ibrahim Mbaye down the right hand side, plays it forward, shot back in by Camara, but it's well blocked away by Diego Moreira for Belgium. Needs an outlet though. It's well closed down by Diatta. Good footwork by Moreira, but then gives the ball away, and Belgium concede the free kick on the edge of their own penalty area. Well, there are protests from Timothy Castagna, but it's going to be a free kick to Senegal. And we saw something very good and then something not quite so good there from Diego Moreira, and Ismaïla Sarr in there again, drawing the foul, eking out more time and giving Senegal a very good set-piece opportunity.
I mean, the young lad there, Moreira's got the ball. He's literally in the left-back spot, in his own left-back spot, level with the 18-yard box, on the touchline. He hasn't got an option. He's on his own. He's just come off the bench. He's a young boy. Give him an option. He's got nothing at all. 6 or 7 green shirts start to cut off all the angles, and then he has to play a pass which isn't on. He had no help at all there.
So free kick to Senegal, wide position just outside the penalty area. Camara and Jacobs, the 2 players standing over. They do have 4 green shirts inside the area, Senegal. As Jacobs swings it in, it's cleared away by Belgium, and Senegal will pick it up once more. But is there belief for Belgium? Do they really believe they can still get back into this? Because they're running out of time. It's another poor touch from Luca Bacchio, and this is turning into a Belgian performance that feels much more like the start of the tournament than what we saw last match against New Zealand. It just really sums up this tournament for Belgium.
No, I agree. Listen, they've had enough possession. They've had most of the possession in this game, and they just haven't done anything with it. There doesn't seem to be any spark or belief, which is a word that you use, Nicky.
Senegal are brim full of it. Here's Diao, their goalkeeper, clears up towards halfway, and Castagna will steer it back to Thibaut Courtois. We're into the final 8 minutes here in Seattle on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Belgium 0, Senegal 2. Is another European giant going to fall at the stage of last 32. Germany have gone, the Netherlands have gone. It could be Belgium next. It was almost England, but Harry Kane's heroics found a way through against DR Congo. Listen to all the reaction on the Football Daily. You can download that tomorrow morning from BBC Sounds. As Belgium come down the right-hand side, ball into the area, and the header is angled just wide of that far post. It was Castagna getting up from the back. That's what it's come to for Belgium. They need everybody forward. But it will be a goal kick to Senegal, as somebody has brought one of those little pots with bubbles in. I can see them just flying up, drifting over the field in front of the gantry. But Belgium's bubble, Dion, is about to burst.
Absolutely. Got some West Ham fans in, haven't we? It is about to burst. To be honest with you, I'm not sure they started this game or this competition, to be honest.
But this is better from Belgium as the shot is driven in from the edge of the penalty area. Yuri Tielemans getting forward. He was found by Leandro Trossard, who goes and gives him a low five, and that's relevant because they had to be separated before the hydration break in the second half. Such was the frustration of Tielemans bubbling over. And he's frustrated once again, slapping his hands together. We know he can hit them from range, but it sails over the bar. And Senegal have a player down. It's Patassis inside his own penalty area, who is now being hauled to his feet by his captain Idrissa Gana Gueye as the time ticks away for Belgium and for Senegal. Senegal edging ever closer to the last 16. They lead by 2-0.
I look to my left here and look at that really strange sort of front of the boat sort of stand.
Oh, here we go. Senegal could be in here. It's Mane! Brilliant save, Courtois. And Mekele gets there to prevent the follow-up. Camara sends it forward. Senegal all of a sudden pressing once again, leading by 2-0 here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, and eventually, well, I don't know where, but there was an offside there somewhere, so the whistle's gone. It's a free kick, but what a chance for their record goal scorer Sadio Mane to wrap it up. And he was onside. If the offside was for that, he's nowhere near onside, so it might have been later on in the move. But my word, that was Senegal through if he'd taken that.
Yeah, and that's what they've done, haven't they? If they have the chance to get it forward, they do. And if they do get a chance, they strike at goal, they make the keeper make saves. Really good to watch, actually, Senegal. Very good, entertaining team.
So, Belgium in possession. It's Théat outside the centre circle. What were you going to say about the stand?
I was just going to say, behind the stand to our left, I can see a hotel. And on the top of that hotel, there's like a roof garden. And there's about 1,000 people watching the game for nothing.
Here you go, Sadio Mane, left-hand side of the penalty area. Ismaila Sarr in the centre. Mane, ricochet. Sarr can't keep hold of it on the edge of the 6-yard box, and it's cleared away. Lukaku chesting down, coming back midway through the Senegal half as Belgium come forward. Belgium still trail Senegal by 2-0. They've got 4.5 minutes plus added time to find 2 goals and take it to extra time. Otherwise, it is more bitter disappointment for Belgium on the big stage. Lay up by Lukaku, edge of the area, looking for Trossard. It was good. It's cleared away by Senegal. Picked up by Meunier. Lukaku! And Belgium do have hope late on here in Seattle. Romelu Lukaku, their record goal scorer, off the bench to do the damage once again. And he points to his head and he claps his hands together and he says, belief, mentality, let's summon it now, because Belgium are not done yet. Belgium wants Senegal 2.
Yeah, it's better from Belgium, it's more potent from Belgium. 1 and 2 touch. They get the ball through a ricochet just on the corner of the 18-yard box by the byline. It's just put into an area where you hope your centre forward's going to be. And Lukaku there, he's level with the near post, and he just drags his right foot towards that ball and guides it over his left shoulder and over the keeper. There's a door ajar for Belgium now. 1 more in just a few minutes. Can they do it?
3.5 minutes plus added time. They've given themselves hope. Senegal's players are surrounding the referee. Well, they're not happy with something. Rudy Garcia is waving away Pathé Ciss, the Senegal centre-half. Senegal's players have now moved away from our referee from Argentina's side, Martinez, and we're back underway. So whatever that was about, the goal stands. Belgium 1, Senegal 2. Well, we had drama late on in England's victory over DR Congo. Harry Kane's heroics, seeing England come from behind as Senegal come in to the penalty area, and the 18-year-olds blazers wide. Ibrahim Mbaye just couldn't keep his composure on the angle. Difficult chance, but he squandered it and given possession back to Belgium, who get things moving again quickly. Down the right-hand side they go. Belgium need to find another goal. Lukaku's given them hope. Here he is now, Romelu Lukaku. Infield to Yuri Tillemans, and now Trossard. Then Senegal are backing off. No, they step up. Brilliant defending by their captain, Idrissa Gana Gueye. But they now know, Senegal, that this is about holding firm, because suddenly, belatedly, once again, Belgium have shown up in this game, and we're in for a grandstand finish as Meunier has it. Plays it back to Mekele, just inside the Senegal half. Everybody back there defending for Senegal. It's Moreira, left-hand side. Nice control, the youngster, on his major tournament debut off the bench. Trossard plays the ball into the area, and it's in! And Belgium have found that late leveller! What unbelievable drama here in Seattle! The substitutes are on the pitch as Yuri Tillemans makes the shape of a heart with his hands and celebrates, and Senegal fans all around this stadium have their head in their hands. Their manager Pat Chow sits disbelieving in his technical area, because Belgium have found the late leveller, and they're taking this game to extra time. It's Trossard's delivery, and the goalkeeper Chow got there but couldn't do enough with it, as they all wanted it in the centre. And it's the captain Yuri Tillemans who draws Belgium level right at the last. What drama!
Wow! Game on! That's unbelievable! Trossard and Tillemans were at each other's throats. That last hydration break, and they wanted to get to each other. This time, they're working together. And look what happens when you work together. Great ball from Trossard. It's an in-swing of the keeper's coming roaring out. Diao. And I'm thinking Tillemans is going to get smashed here, but he gets there before the keeper nods it in. 2-2, can you believe it?
Well, Rudy Garcia's just been booked, but I'm not sure he's going to care. Belgium back from the brink, and Senegal, who have been by far the superior side in this game, cannot believe that they have let this slip. 2-2.
That wasn't in my script. I don't know about your script. I'm not sure it was in Belgium's script either, to be honest with you. They've just, for some reason, 5 minutes of just being positive. Not so much great play, but being positive and crossing the ball in the box for your centre forward.
Senegal coming forward. Belgium made the interception. It's through with Courtois, a big up and under. It wasn't the easiest back pass to deal with, and it sails out of play for a Senegal throw as we enter 7 minutes of added time. And Dion, we have to go back to that chance for Sadio Mane. Absolutely. That could have made it 3-0. Instead, it's 2-2 with Belgium.
This is incredible. This World Cup keeps doing it. Keeps throwing up unbelievable surprises. It really does. Belgium have just, for some reason, have decided to go, right, let's just get the ball into big Lukaku. Let's make sure we get the crosses in. Let's just put this Senegal defence under some kind of pressure.
And it's Lukaku again looking for that hold-up play. He has come to life in the last 10 minutes. Romelu Lukaku on the turn, plays it to the right, ball in from Tillemans, and brilliantly intercepted before it can squeeze its way to Luca Bacchio in the 6-yard box. Belgium have a corner, and somehow, Dion, it feels if anyone's going to win this now late on, it's going to be Belgium.
Yeah, it does. Backs to the wall for Senegal at the moment, because everybody's flying forward in white shirts. They had 4 players in the box there, more players than Senegal, but the ball didn't make it into the box. Tillemans out swinging corner this time.
6 minutes ago, they were 2-0 up. Now it's 2-2. And Belgium have got a corner. Swung in, cleared away by Senegal. Meunier hits it back into the penalty area. Again, Senegal are there. Meunier picks it up, more control this time. Ball into the area, straight into the hands of Mori Diaw. And he gets things moving quickly, and that was a mistake because he's given it away. But the whistle's gone. It's going to be a free kick to Senegal. Players of both teams surrounding the referee and complaining about that. My word, Dion, what drama we've had on 5 Live today.
It's been brilliant, it really has. Senegal have been by far the better side, but they just switched off a little bit for the last 5 or 6 minutes when Belgium have just squeezed the gas, squeezed the accelerator, and they've just got a little bit more out of their legs and a little bit more out of the quality that they have, and it's got them level. At this present time, they're still in the competition and they still could win this game.
Well, Kevin De Bruyne, very animated on the bench. He was subbed off in the second half. He can play no more part in this game. This quite remarkable game here in Seattle on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. 3 minutes of the minimum, 7 added on have been played. It's 2-2. It's Belgium in possession outside their own penalty area. Here's Castagne, steers it back to Courtois. Closed down by Ismaïla Sarr, but it's cleared away by Courtois, looking for the run of Lukaku, and Senegal let it bounce, and that could be dangerous. And Lukaku, Moreira was almost in. Lukaku tried to find him. It's cleared away by Senegal. Diatta's prevented the throw, but he's given the ball away. Moreira then has it taken off his toes. And the offside flag is up over on the far side, so it's not going to be a Belgian throw. Goodness me, it's been a great World Cup.
It's been a great watch. I mean, the two centre-halves of Senegal have been great all game, but just as soon as Lukaku comes on, everything changed. They know they've got a physical battle on their hands. It's been tough for them.
Here come Senegal, though. Is there to be one final chance for them in normal time to win the game that for so long they looked like they were going to win comfortably? But Belgium right at the end have shown up. It's 2-2. Here is Mbaye, the 18-year-old, down the right-hand side, pulls it back to Patassis. Now out to the left-hand side, and Moussa Niakate. The ball is played forward to Sadio Mane. Now Idrissa Gana Gueye. Mane. This is nicely worked by Senegal, but they're still going left to right rather than forward as Camara finds Diatta down the right-hand side and pulls it back to Camara once more. In field now to Patassis, the centre-half. Everybody back there defending for Belgium, and suddenly it's Belgium who you can almost feel the nerves from. And our position high up here in the gantry at Lumen Field in Seattle. Camara. There's Idrissa Gana Gueye, sends it out to the left-hand side, and Niakate, as it's worked to Jacobs, pulls it back in field to Pat Matar. Senegal's turn just to keep possession, and you just get the sense now with 90 seconds to play, both sides have in the back of their minds, I tell you what, let's not lose it. As Mbaye does just that, challenged by Castagne. Here's Moreira again, doesn't really have anybody to help him, does well to squeeze that ball forward, looking for Lukaku over the halfway line. Niakate's there, and Niakate will bring it forward for Senegal, who do have the runners. One of them is Pat Matar, who now comes short, the Tottenham man, and it's laid off to Sadio Mane. And now Idrissa Gana Gueye will work it out to the right-hand side, and Ibrahim Mbaye, the 18-year-old, the man billed as the next Sadio Mane by so many in Senegal, feeds Idrissa Gana Gueye, central position. He's going to drive from 30 yards, and it's a few yards wide of Courtois' post, and we've got 1 minute of added time to play. Otherwise, with Belgium getting themselves back in it, we're heading to extra time, 2-2.
Yeah, we are, and it's ebbed and flowed this last 15-20 minutes. That flurry from Belgium, and then a little flurry from Senegal there. Good possession, not forcing it. And you're absolutely right, I think Vicky as well, nobody really wants to lose it now. So, I mean, they've got a goal kick here. This is going to be the best chance for Belgium. Flick on or get the first ball, get the second one.
Long from Courtois onto the head of Luka Bacchio, but back into the centre circle, forward by Artetea, flicked on by Trossard. Moreira will try and bring it down, but he was challenged. Belgium won a free kick, they're not going to get it. Moreira's still rolling around, and Lukaku has screamed at him to get up. He said, look, we've not got the decision. You need to come and help out your teammates. As Teat does well, chests that ball away, clears it out of play. Senegal throw, we've got 10 seconds to play. Is there going to be time to take this? If there is, the last chance of normal time is going to go to Senegal.
Oh, it's funny there watching Lukaku shouting at his teammate on the field, "Get up, we need you."
Diatta's taking it quickly, and Bai works it to Niakate. Out to the left-hand side as Senegal build once more. It's a poor delivery from Jacobs, and Moreira wisely will let that bounce. And he'll let it go out of play as well. It's going to be a Belgian throw. And it is going to be the end of normal time. And looking around the stadium here in Seattle, it is the Belgian fans who are celebrating. They're waving those black, gold and red flags. There's a little slice of them away to our left in the upper tier. This little triangle, a couple of thousand of them. And they are waving their flags. But now everybody looks at their neighbour and goes, "Oh, blimmin' heck, right, extra time."
Oh, absolutely spot on. I mean, I think most of these fans here are delighted to have some extra time because it's been a good game. Belgium have turned up for the last 10-15 minutes, or should I say 10-15 minutes in total in this game, but they've made a difference when they have shown up. Senegal dropped their guard. We're now at 2-2. We've got an extra half an hour. Who's going to be the bravest?
They trailed Belgium 2-0 until the 86th minute. The goals from Lukaku and Tielemans send us to extra time. So, Johnny Ianson, sorry to put your show on hold. We've got more drama to come in Seattle.
Don't apologise, Vicky. Goodness me. I mean, the whole tournament's been great, but the past 24, 48 hours, the drama of international knockout football, there's nothing like it, Dion, is there?
No, there isn't, not from what we've seen today. Absolutely not. I can't talk about England, it's too stressful.
Oh, you're going to have to.
I can't do it, it's too much for me, it's too much. Well, this game here, Johnny's been brilliant. Honestly,
it's been great. I mean, not if you're a Senegal fan, I dare say it hasn't.
Well, you'll be happy with your team's performance, Johnny. You really would be happy with your team's performance. They've dropped their guard for 5-10 minutes. Belgium have had their time, and now they have to go back to what they were doing before Senegal and getting back in the game and being positive again.
Yeah, I mean, when we saw Tielemans and Trossard at each other's throats in the water break, I kind of thought, well, that's it. That sums up exactly what's happening right now to Belgium. And then they just managed to get that momentum. What they managed to do, which you were obviously talking about, was get that ball in the box and actually threaten the goal a bit, which they were really struggling to do.
Yeah, no, I agree as well. Maybe it was a ploy. Yeah. Maybe Trossard and maybe Tielemans and Trossard. Maybe it's a bit of acting. Maybe they sucked us all in. They've gone. Maybe we dropped our guard and they didn't.
It felt like at one point it was going to go full Kieran Dyer, Lee Bowyer. I don't know if you remember that moment.
It did. It's a long time ago, I'm still playing like a bit.
Yeah. Well, Dion, from your experience, what is it like when you, from both sides, when you start to get that momentum and you start to lose that momentum? Just how much of a psychological blow is that?
Yeah, when you start to get it, you start to think, that's how we do it. That's how good we can be. It's just playing the right pass at the right time, not complicating it, getting players in the box in and around Lukaku, and that's what they've done. The two centre-halves of Senegal have been a little bit disjointed since Lukaku came on, so that's a mental thing. How do we deal with Lukaku? And then when you're thinking about Lukaku, you forget about Tielemans and he goes in behind you and gets in front of your keeper. Senegal now have just got to get back to a bit of muscle memory. What did we do in the first half and for 25 minutes in the second half?
Yeah, and it's that balance now. I guess it was ever thus when it comes to extra time of wanting to put the pressure on, but at the same time just being so conscious not to let a goal in.
Yeah, absolutely. To be honest with you, I wish they'd hurry up because I've got to get a flight in 5 hours.
Well, I can see Trossard and Tielemans taking on a last bit of water before the extra time begins, so I'll hand back over to you. It's all yours, Vicky and Dion. Enjoy.
Thank you very much. We certainly will. Yes, we're hot-footing into LA this evening, hopefully. For Spain-Austria tomorrow, you can listen to that 8 o'clock UK kick-off time on 5 Live. Before that, we've got USA against Bosnia and Herzegovina, 1 a.m. kick-off in a couple of hours coming up for you. But first, Dion, we have extra time here in Seattle. Just a Gunagay and Yuri Tielemans come together with the referee once more. Goodness me, I don't know where we're going from here in terms of momentum in this game.
Yeah, exactly. This is our first batch of extra time, isn't it? In this year's World Cup. I think this is in the balance now because momentum is with Belgium, but Senegal have been the better team. So now, I mean, it's good now to see Yuri Tielemans and and Trossard now. They're both over the ball. They're going to take kick-off. Hands in the small of each other's back, having whispers and stuff and having a chat. Maybe there was a little bit of kidding on there.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it is a strategy, but Tielemans looked so furious. It really did seem that it was a genuine bust-up between himself and Trossard. Raskan and Lukaku had to get in between them. That was just before the hydration break. But they kissed and made up. As Senegal, they want to make a double change here, but they've taken so long over it that the referee has just started the second half. So that is potentially a bit of an issue for Senegal. Nicholas Jackson was one of the players who wanted to come on, and El Hadji Malik as well. So here come Senegal. Ibrahim Mbaye on for Sadio Mane to the left-hand side, and it's Mbaye once again, the 18-year-old, urged to shoot. Camara instead will pick it up, central position. Out to the right-hand side, goes Senegal once more. 2-2 in these early stages of extra time here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. As the ball is out to the right-hand side for Senegal. And picked up by Diatta. And will be steered back once more to Pathé Ciss, but again this is the pattern that we saw for much of the game. They're happy to just pass it around. Senegal at the back, but their attacking play when they do get it forward has been very good in this game. How will they respond to those two late goals? 86 from Lukaku, 89 from Tielemans, that have levelled this game for Belgium, a game in which Senegal had a big chance with Mane to make it 3-0 late on. They didn't take it, and in truth they've had multiple chances in this game. Belgium have been so poor once again until that final 10 minutes, led by Lukaku, their record goal scorer. And as Belgium come forward with Luka Bacchio, here is Lukaku, it rather bounces off him, and Sadio Mane, Senegal's record goal scorer, will pick it up for his side as Théat intercepts for Belgium and plays it forward to Diego Moreira. He's pressured by Idrissa Gana Gueye, snapping at his heels. Diatta comes across as well, and between them they get it away. Idrissa Gana Gueye will clear it up, looking for the run of Ismaïla Sarr, but it's tidied up by Michele for Belgium. Sends it all the way back to Thibaut Courtois, who's in goal for Belgium. The back four of Castagna, Michele, Théat and Meunier ahead of them. Tielemans, Raskan and Moreira, with Trossard and Luka Bacchio supporting Lukaku. Senegal still waiting to make this double change that they weren't quick enough to make at the start of extra time. As the whistle goes, it's a free kick to Senegal outside the penalty area, and they're not going to make it now, Senegal. They're still waiting. And the referee now is going to say, all right, come on then. So Sadio Mane is going off, and Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson, who got 11 goals on loan at Bayern Munich this season, is coming on. Fair to say, Dion, that Sadio Mane doesn't look too impressed about coming off here.
No, he's having a bit of a slow off. I think he's done well today. 34-year-old miracle man scores goals, creates, leads his team. 2 more changes. This is all about now for both sides. It's about concentration, but then having that bit of bravery to go and take this game by the scruff of the neck, get through the first 15 minutes, don't concede, and then really go for it in the second 15.
And the other change is going to see West Ham's El Hadji Malik Diouf coming on for Ismail Jacobs. And they're going to make another change as well, Senegal. Barrett and Jai is going to come on. I can't understand why they haven't just done that at the same time, because this impacts the substitution opportunities that they have as well. They get an extra substitution opportunity and an extra substitute in extra time, but this is rather limiting their options as the ball goes back to Thibaut Courtois for Belgium, and they will build once more. 4 minutes gone in extra time. Belgium 2, Senegal 2.
Yeah, it is. It's one of those situations where managers get very frustrated because the players are not ready to come on the pitch. They're looking for their shin pads, or they haven't got their shirt on, or their boots aren't done up. Just get yourself ready. You're a substitute. Be ready to come on. Be warmed up, because that's what really frustrates a manager. Happened to me at Villa once. I was on the bench with a certain player. The manager looked over his shoulder. He said, "Yeah, you're coming on," and then didn't have his boots on. He said, "No, forget it. If you don't want to come on, forget it." And he didn't get on.
So here comes that next change for Senegal, again just a minute after they've made the other changes, and it's going to be Idrissa Gana Gueye replaced by Barrett Ndiaye. So the captain is coming off, the 36-year-olds, their record appearance maker, who again in his mid-30s has put in such a shift, and he is replaced by Barrett Ndiaye, 18 years of age. Joined Bayern Munich on loan in January. He's made 4 appearances for them, and this is his major tournament debut. Only his second cap for Senegal. Made his debut back in May against the USA. So, Senegal coming forward. And it goes out of play for a Belgium throw.
Yeah, it's all about fresh legs now. It's all about getting legs through the next half an hour with energy, and if the ball goes over your head, you're going to have to be able to get there without getting cramp, which is what happens when you've played such a long game. It hasn't been roasting hot today, but I would imagine it's a lot hotter down there than it is up here. So get the fresh legs on and let them hopefully get you over the line.
Yeah, we're in the low 20s here in Seattle. Plenty of cloud cover today. You can just see the sun trying to break through. Weak sunlight down on the pitch below our gantry position here at Lumen Field on 5 Live and BBC Sounds, as Meunier picks it up right hand side for Belgium, trying to trick his way towards the penalty area. Senegal get the foot in, and then the decision goes the way of Senegal as well. Fair to say both sides struggling to find their tempo so far in extra time.
Yeah, and I think that's just down to don't commit too many players forward. They're both thinking right now, yes, we want to go and win this, but we really do not want to lose it. So they're not committing as much energy and as many players forward as they will do in the second half, or they will have to.
So Diao sends the ball forward, the Senegal goalkeeper. It's cleared away by Belgium up towards Luka Bacchio. Infield looking for Trossard, cleared away by Patassis. A little miscontrol by Belgium, and a strong challenge by Meunier. It was a fair one on Ismaila Sarr, who claps his hands together in frustration as he gets up off the turf. Belgium will come again. Here is Arthur Tayat, just inside his own half. Belgium 2, Senegal 2 in extra time here on 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Plenty of reaction to England's late victory over DR Congo. Coming up on 5 Live, you can check out all the reaction with Mark Chapman and the team on iPlayer as well. Just search for the World Cup 2026 section. Get the reaction with the likes of Wayne Rooney and Joe Hart, and of course download the Football Daily from BBC Sounds tomorrow morning. As Luka Bacchio picks it up right hand side for Belgium. Here is Meunier. Nice ball to Tayat, but they're still just inside the Senegal half. Belgium playing in the very light blue and pink banded shirts with the white shorts and the white socks. Senegal all in dark green with the gold lettering and numbers. As Belgium have it once more outside the centre circle. It's Michele, and now Tayat out to the left hand side, and Diego Moreira, runners in the centre. Lukaku's there, it's over his head, over the head of Luka Bacchio as well. Really able to keep it alive. Right footed delivery, looking for Moreira, won't reach him either. And by the teenager trying to run it clear, but he's lost it. Here's Moreira, and now Trossard, 30 yards out central position. Oh, lovely looking ball to Luka Bacchio, but Senegal made the interception. Then it's hit the referee, and it's going to be a drop ball to Senegal, and Trossard's fuming, but he knows that's how it goes. But that was a gorgeous ball looking for Luka Bacchio, and Senegal did really well to read the pass.
Yeah, I think they just realised at the last moment what Trossard was trying to do. He looked to play it wide, then he tried to play it into the feet of Luka Bacchio. And that was actually a free kick to Senegal there. The referee gave a free kick.
I think there might have been a ricochet in the middle as well. But, yeah, given as a free kick rather than a drop ball. As it's flicked on by Ismaila Sarr and steered back by Michele to Thibaut Courtois. Belgium building once more from the back against Senegal, who with those changes have Diao in goal, the back four of Diatta, Cees, Niakate and Malik Diouf. Now Pat Matassar, Barrett Ndiaye, and Lamine Camara in the centre with Ibrahim Mbaye and Nicholas Jackson supporting Ismail Assar up top. Belgium building once more through the centre. Intercepted, but Lukaku will try and squeeze it through to Trossard. Luka Bacchio out to the left-hand side. It's well chested down and will be cleared away by Senegal. It's Ibrahim Mbaye, the teenager. Now they advance forward, but Belgium get the foot in. Senegal intercept once more with Camara. And then Diatta is dispossessed. Keep hold of it at the moment. Some good tackles going in the centre of the park for both sides. Up to the right-hand side come Belgium once more with Meunier. In field now from Mekele to Tayat. We played 10 minutes of extra time with 20 minutes from penalties after Belgium scored 2 late goals to level in normal time. And here's Trossard, lovely layoff, almost couldn't quite connect with it as he wanted to. Knew exactly where Lukaku was, but Senegal intercept and Belgium will build again with Thibaut Courtois. No, in fact, he'll leave it for Mekele, who builds again midway through the Belgium half. 2-2, Dion Dublin.
Yeah, they've got a really good relationship, Trossard and Lukaku, because Trossard gets in such good positions and Lukaku, they're just trying to read the flick. Different pages that time.
A lovely run by Tielemans this time, and Lukaku was there, and neither of them can make decisive contact. And Mori Chow, the Senegal goalkeeper, all in bright orange, will gather with those big orange gloves.
You can actually hear and feel all these fans in here holding their breath when the ball goes close to any goal at all. It's on a knife edge, this one, it really is.
And it was a lovely ball from Castagna, but Tielemans couldn't connect, and neither could Lukaku on the angle. Zhao is doing well, covering that near post. Romelu Lukaku clenches his fists and roars in frustration after not being able to connect with that chance. The Senegal will build with Moussa Niakate. Forward to Camara, back to Niakate once more. Back to this left-hand side, and Haji Malik Diouf of West Ham. Ball goes out of play for a Senegal throw, right in front of their technical area. And Pat Chow watching on. Ahead of this game, he said it's the same motto as I gave to the side ahead of Iraq: be defiant. And they will have to be defiant in this extra time period, having been struck by those 2 late goals for Belgium. But that's a terrible ball, gives it away to Ibrahim Mbaye, the 18-year-old for Senegal, chopping and changing just outside the penalty area. Belgium will clear. It will come back once more at them with Pat Matar. Now out to this left-hand side, and Niakate will find Malik Diouf. Senegal look to build down the left. It's Ismail Assar of Crystal Palace. Thought he'd given them that cushion that looked for so long like it was going to see them through, scoring with a rocket early on in the second half. But those 2 late Belgian goals, first from Lukaku, then from Tielemans, mean we're in extra time. We've got 2 minutes of the first period to play, and it's still Belgium 2, Senegal 2, Senegal in possession on the halfway line.
Yeah, the young Camara that's come on now is trying to do exactly the same job as his captain, Idrissa Gana Gueye, who he came on for. He's dropping in there in between his 2 centre-halves, trying to make things happen. But the discipline has got to be there now from all these players, not to make a mistake, not to force anything.
Senegal will send it over the halfway line. The Zhao, their goalkeeper, it's cleared away by Meunier. It goes out of play, and it will be a throw to Belgium, which Rudy Garcia applauds. Belgium unbeaten in their last 16. They found the late equaliser. It could be 17 unbeaten, but records matter little now. What matters is getting through to the last 16 in a tie with either the USA or Bosnia and Herzegovina. That game coming up 1 a.m. kickoff UK time as Diego Moreira sends the ball into the area. It's cleared away by Niakate with Lukaku lurking. And Belgium will build once more with Tayat. Has the ball now midway through the Senegal half, plays it forward. Trossard, nice touch, gets the ball out from under his feet. Shot is blocked. Meunier keeps it alive for Belgium. Here is Raskan, ball into the area. Oh, it was driven just in front of Trossard. Had real fizz on it. It was almost the power of a shot, and Trossard on the stretch can't get there and is behind for a Senegal goal kick.
Yeah, Raskan there. He just wants to put the ball, whether it's a shot or whether it's a cross, It sort of goes from the corner of the box, heading towards the far post, and nobody can get a touch on it. It's really fired in. It's actually a shot. You've got 2 or 3 white shirts throwing themselves at that to try and get a touch towards goal. No touch was made.
So close for Trossard to getting on the end of it, but as Dion says, it was the pace of it, such a hard one to deal with. Senegal come forward, flicked on by Ismaïla Sarr, but nobody's up there for Senegal, and it's headed all the way back by Castagna to Thibaut Courtois. We've played the first 15 minutes of extra time. It is still Belgium 2, Senegal 2. Dion Dublin, we're 15 minutes away from penalties.
Yeah, we are, and I'm pretty sure these two do not want to go to penalties. There's the referee's whistle for the first half of that extra time. It's been okay, it's been a little cagey though, a little bit cagey.
Well, that's it, isn't it, Dion, as the players come over to get final instructions ahead of this extra time second half, that neither side wants to go to penalties, but I feel like more than that, neither side wants to gamble in extra time. That's what it feels like.
Yeah,
it's been patient, it's been probing, but they're not going to take unnecessary risks. They'd rather have penalties than that.
No, you're right, you are absolutely spot on. I think it's figuring out when you take the gamble, and it's figuring out how you take the gamble in this situation. Do you put players forward? Do you throw players forward? Do you risk it? Or do you take it all the way to penalties? I think there's going to be a couple of more chances, 2 or 3 more chances in this second period of extra time for both sides. Crosses and things that fall in the box. It's who takes it that's going to go through.
So Senegal's players are all coming together. The substitutes there in their purple bibs, players in their green shirts with the golden lettering on the back around manager Pap Thiaw. Has experienced himself as a player at a World Cup. Senegal's best ever finish on debut in 2002 when they reached the quarter-finals. He was moments away from steering them through to the last 16. Belgium away to our left as we look down from our position high in the gantry here in Lumen Field in Seattle, breaking away from that huddle. Who has the belief? Who has the desire? Who has the tactical nous and the execution? One thing we can say, Dion, it has been, not for Belgium for the most part of it, but overall as a watch, with how good Senegal were for most of the game, and then the way that Belgium have come back into it. It's been a really good game for the neutral. We've enjoyed it.
Yeah, really enjoyed this game. Very, very good there. I mean, 2 huddles there. This is it. This is the last huddle, the last little bit of information. I think I said that in 90 minutes as well. But this is extra time now. This is your last hurrah as a manager. What do you say? Do you say hold on to what you've got? Do you say go for it? They're paid to make the right decisions, and the players go out there and do what they need to do. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go indeed. Nicholas Jackson of Chelsea will get things underway for Senegal in this second half. Kicking from left to right in the all-green kits, the dark green, the forest green, with the gold lettering and numbers on the back. Belgium in their change strip at the very pale blue with the pink band around the centre of the shirt, the white shorts and the white socks. Senegal get us underway. 15 minutes for someone to make themselves a hero. Otherwise, the heroics will be in the penalty shootout. Cease will send it back to his goalkeeper, Diaw, for Senegal. Out to the left-hand side, and Moussa Niakate. Ball cleared off Dodi Lukebakio. And it will be a throw to Senegal over on the far side. We've got movement ahead with Jackson. Senegal will just wait and take their time over this throw. There is a caution from both of these sides in extra time, as we've been saying. Nobody wants to lose it. Sometimes it just feels psychologically it almost just rather go to penalty kicks if necessary. Or you can just put it off, essentially, for as long as you can, as Trossard comes forward for Belgium, central position, 30 yards out, swipes the ball back out to the right-hand side, just about controlled by Meunier. Now it's Tielemans. Meunier once again swings the ball into the area, Rascam is in there, and the header is tame and it's behind for a Senegal goal kick, 2-2.
Yeah, Meunier just putting a ball into the box which has got no pace on it, he's got no power on it, he's got nothing on it at all, so for Raskan to get up at the far post and put direction and power on it was very, very difficult. He got his forehead on it, but it just trundled behind for a goal kick.
So Diao to send it long once more for Senegal. It's flicked forward. Nicholas Jackson's going to try and get in here. Well intercepted by Belgium. Controlled on the halfway line by Barrett and Jai. 18-year-old, and Senegal eventually will win a free kick just inside their own half. Dion Dublin.
This is tense, and you can feel it in the stadium as well. I think the fans want to get involved, but they don't want to put their team off. They don't know what to say. We're looking at the big screens, and we can see the Senegal fans trying their hardest with beating the drum, and then the Belgian fans reply with Belgium, Belgium. And they're playing their part. It's down to the team now to play theirs.
Senegal in possession, right-hand side. Amadou Onana is going to be coming on for Belgium, their final change. And what a moment this is going to be for him. Born in Senegal, he's talked about his connection with the country in the build-up to this World Cup. The Senegal have it down the right-hand side. Nice little 1-2, ball into the area by Ibrahim Mbaye. It's cleared away by Belgium. And Mbaye will let that bounce out for a throw. But yes, Amadou Onana saying at the draw, he was just thinking, just don't let us draw Senegal. That's the last team I want to play because of the love that I still have for that country, even though he very much is a Belgian player. But he is going to be coming on as Belgium look to advance against Senegal to the round of 16 as Pathé Ciss has it just inside the Belgium half. Out to the right-hand side into Yatta, and that's a nice ball, and it's picked up by Njai. Pulls the ball into the area, and that was the chance for the 18-year-olds. Ibrahim Mbaye steers the effort just wide of that far post. It was beautiful play from Senegal, and there should have been a goal at the end of it.
Njai just leaves Tielemans. Lovely little 1-2. Njai goes off the back of Tielemans and he runs towards the byline, level sort of with the edge of the 18-yard box, gets to the touchline, pulls it back, and by there side foots it with his left foot and just opens up his left foot just too much. Then he goes wide of the top left-hand corner as he looks. That was a very, very good chance, and that could be one of the chances I was talking about in this game.
So the change is made. Amadou Onana on, Leandro Trossard off as Lukaku's header sails into the hands of Mori Diao. Now, you would have thought Trossard would have taken a penalty in the shootout, the Arsenal man, but he's off, and Amadou Onana is on.
Yeah, interesting on that, because Trossard's quite reliable from the penalty spot and quite reliable in a situation like this.
Well, a heavy collision here. Diego Moreira is down, and so a bit of concern here from both Belgium and Senegalese players. Moreira is conscious, but the medical staff are on very quickly. He's lying flat on his back, moving his legs, but in conversation with the Belgian medical team. And they just make sure that there is nothing that's overly awkward here in the way that he's fallen, but he is already sitting up, which is good to see. So we have played 5 minutes in this second period of extra time as we just see a replay of this. It's a collision from Diatta on the back of the head of Diego Moreira. They were both going for the ball. Moreira wins it, and Diatta comes and just catches him on the back of the head.
Diatta's just, half a second too late, and Moreira just gets there and just helps it on. And a little bit of whiplash there. Sometimes it can surprise you. You know the contact's coming. Sometimes your head gets flung back, and it can take a few seconds in order to bring back the sensation. He's okay. He's ran off the pitch. He's okay. He's grabbing a drink. He'll be on in no time at all.
So he has to stay off the pitch for now. And is now back on because of the nature of the injury. I presume he's going to allow back on as Raskan will pick up the ball for Belgium. On to the right-hand side he goes. And it's cleared away at the back, and that will be a throw to Senegal over on the far side. Good clearance by Malik Diouf, managed to get the deflection. It will be a throw to Senegal deep in their own territory.
Yeah, Onana's quite a clever substitution, I think, with his presence and his experience and knowing how to play, the number 4 role, the number 6 role, and organising players around him. Very, very good substitution, that.
Tielemans has gone down, wanted a free kick, doesn't get it. Senegal will head the ball forward down the left-hand side. Meunier's there, will clear away for Belgium. Cushioned header from Luca Bacchio, looking for Tielemans. Camera, though, with the interception. A nice little step over as well, and this is really nicely worked by Senegal. Could they find the opportunity to get back in front against Belgium? Pat Matessar, in the end, can't make the decisive ball as Senegal pick it up once more, and the low shot driven right into the midriff of Thibaut Courtois by Barrett Ndiaye.
Ndiaye there, lovely little shape actually, because I thought he was going to go on his right foot, and he's shaped to go on his left. He's on the angle, he's about 25 yards outside the box, and left foot strike, he stays about knee height, not a problem for Courtois.
So Belgium in possession midway through their own half. We had late drama at the end of normal time. 2 goals for Belgium to take it to extra time and make it 2-2. Are we going to have late drama, just as we did in England's match with DR Congo? The heroics from Harry Kane seeing England through to the last 16, but they will face Mexico in Mexico City on Monday the 6th of July, 1 a.m. UK time. And of course we'll have commentary on 5 Live from BBC Sounds as the ball over the top from Belgium. Too much on it for Castagna, and it goes straight out of play for a Senegal throw. There are those who say, Dion, if you get to the end of normal time, like we would see in the League Cup, you should just go straight to penalties. What's your opinion? Should it be changed?
Here we go.
Senegal could be in. Down the right-hand side, it's Nicholas Jackson, the Chelsea man, going one way, then the other. It's Jackson, pulls the ball across, and it's cleared away behind, and it will be a Senegal corner.
Really positive play that from Jackson down the right hand side. He's twisting and turning Castagna goes for the dummy, then he goes back outside again. It's just about to be rolled across the box, and Castagna just throws out a big left leg and just makes the ball go out for a corner. This is where you earn your money, this is where you defend with your heart, and this is where you attack with your heart.
So it will be El Hadji Malick Diouf to take the corner from this near side for Senegal, deep in extra time. Swung in left-footed, good delivery. Belgium make first contact, Courtois up there, and Courtois will claim the ball as it loops up into the air. And it's still Belgium 2, Senegal 2. Here come Belgium with Diego Moreira in field to his captain, Youri Tielemans. Just inside the Senegal half, plays it out to the right-hand side, looking for the run of Luca Bacchio, but too much on it. Senegal goal kick, 5 minutes plus added time to play. Dion, we are edging closer to penalties.
Yeah, we are. We really are. I mean, it's a great attempt to cross-field ball from Tielemans. Hits it too hard, and then about 5 minutes before that, Castagna couldn't reach one from the right-hand side, so they haven't got that cross-field ball right. Belgium still in the game though, it's definitely in the balance.
Here is Onana for Belgium. Underneath it, the Aston Villa man, and Tielemans trying to latch onto it. Onana will get there ahead of his teammate. Into the left-hand side he goes, but Belgium midway through their own half. Castagna to Théat, and now Makela midway through the Belgium half. And again, the tension inside the stadium, you could almost cut it with a knife. As we look round, there's not much cheering, not much shouting, just a lot of chewed fingernails from the Belgium and the Senegal fans. As Diego Moreira burst down the left-hand side, Lukaku is in there, managed to just nudge it towards goal, but it's straightforward in the end for Mori Diaw.
I mean, you've got to do that with Lukaku on the pitch. Literally don't even look up, just put it in the box. Lukaku will make the runs as a centre-forward should.
Belgium have tidied up that latest Senegal attack, and they have it once more with Raskin. Just outside the centre circle, out to the right-hand side he goes. And pull back once more onto the halfway line. In field now to Amadou Onana inside the centre circle. Plays it forward as Belgium look to hit Senegal at the end of extra time, just as they stun them at the end of normal time. Those 2 late goals to make it 2-2. And we're getting to the point where it really is, with 3.5 minutes plus added time to play at extra time. Next goal wins, otherwise we're heading for penalties. It's Amadou Onana midway through the Senegal half, out to the left-hand side, Diego Moreira, good ball in, Tillemans went down, not a penalty and off the bar! What a chance for Dodi Luka Bacchio. Now Belgium say they want the penalty, but Luka Bacchio should have made sure anyway and stuck that in the back of the net. His effort is off the top of the bar and it's still 2-2.
Luka Bacchio has to score. He has to score. Moreira, the young boy, goes down the left-hand side. Lovely little ball put in from Onana, and he just rolls it all the way across the 6-yard line. It takes a couple of toes off the... I can't believe that's not gone in. I'm just looking at a replay as well. He's 6 yards out. He hits the top of the bar. That was the chance that Senegal have had their chance, and Belgium have now had their chance. Is there going to be any more? We'll find out. But that was more or less an open goal, I think.
Well, he takes a great touch as well to set himself. But seeing a replay again, I mean, Tillemans will feel that he's got a decent shout for a penalty there. But I suppose the chance is still alive for Belgium, and it's such a huge opportunity for Dodi Luka Bacchio. VAR are, though, checking for a possible penalty.
Yeah, this might be close. This might be close, because he does get kicked on the back of the Achilles, Tillemans. He gets in front of the defender, gets kicked on the back of the Achilles. The referee might have a look at this, you know.
Well, Senegal's players and Belgium's players around the referee. Tillemans immediately was appealing for the penalty. The referee, Said Martinez of Argentina, is trying to send them all away, but nobody's really listening, because this is what it means. This, in the dying stages of extra time, if Belgium get a penalty here, as we see it again, what do we think, Dion?
Yeah, I mean, it's I think he kicks the back of Tillemans' left leg. It is a challenge. Well, the referee's now, we've got a close with the referee's face, and his stern face. He's trying to give nothing away. There'll be somebody talking to him in his ear. They'll be saying, we're having another look at this angle, we're having another look at that angle. He's waiting for the instruction to go and look at the screen. He hasn't had it yet. He has now.
Here we go. What a moment this is. And we know what happens when an official goes to the screen. Usually they overturn their decision. This could be penalty Belgium, and the golden chance for Belgium to win this game right at the last.
Yeah, we're just looking at the pictures now that I think that the VAR and the referee are looking at. I think that Tillemans gets kicked before or just as the ball arrives. Yeah, he does get kicked on the back of the ankle now. It's all down to the referee's interpretation now, having seen the same pictures of everybody else. I think that could be a penalty.
Well, there are so many players of both Belgium and Senegal near the referee. They're being kept away by the assistants. Well, there's going to be a huge reaction, and I think a huge fury from either side, because Belgium will say, well, look, if that's a foul, then it's a penalty. We appealed for the penalty, we want the penalty. But the agony for Senegal will be that Luka Bacchio still had the chance, and he missed it. But, you know, Belgium will say, well, if it's a foul and it's a penalty, then it's a penalty. The referee is taking his time over this, isn't he? Here we go. Here's the announcement. The pressure of this moment as players still surround referee Said Martinez of Argentina.
8, number 8 white will play the ball, and the number 8 in green kicks the foot of the attacker. For that reason, the final decision is penalty.
Penalty for Belgium. Penalty for Belgium. Senegal furious. But this this is it. Tielemans will say, I appealed for it straight away. I was fouled. I think that's a penalty. But Senegal, the agony for them is that the play continued. Luka Bacchio had the glorious goal-scoring opportunity and he hit the bar with it. And Belgium have got a second bite of the cherry. But Belgium will say, well, if it's a foul and it's a penalty, then we appealed for that straight away.
This is unbelievable, Vicky. This is unbelievable. I cannot believe it. There's definite contact on the back of Youri Tielemans' left leg. And now the players are all round the penalty spot. I don't know why. If you've got a penalty and it's your penalty, why do you go and protect the penalty spot? Just leave the penalty spot. If they're going to mess up the penalty spot so you slip over, the referee's going to see it. Just stay away from the penalty spot.
Well, it's all spilling over here. You've got about 8 players around the penalty spot. Pathé Ciss is actually the Senegal centre-half kneeling over or right next to the penalty spot. There might be more for VAR to sort out here. And of course, Senegal fans listening to us, and anybody who watched the Africa Cup of Nations final listening to us will remember, of course, there was such late drama when Morocco were awarded the penalty. On that occasion, Senegal walked off the pitch in protest. They're not doing that here, but they are making their feelings known to the referee. And Pathé Ciss, the centre-half, is still down. He's on his knees. He's got his arm across his forehead right next to the penalty spot. I mean, I don't know whether he's indicating that something has happened there, whether he's trying to guard the spot. It looks as though he feels as though something has happened there. This isn't just about him being around the penalty spot. Whether they're encouraging VAR to look at something else that's been going on with all the players surrounding the spot as well. But let's have a look here. We're just seeing a replay. There's a little elbow from Diego Moreira, a little elbow into the midriff, as Pathé Ciss has raised his hands, not aggressively, but raised his hands to the head of Diego Moreira, and Pathé Ciss is down basically to try and get VAR to have a look at this.
Ciss, just get up off the floor. There's nothing wrong with you. There was a little tap into your ribs. You put your finger in the back of Moreira's head. Then you had a little bit of a dig. It's nothing at all. Get on with it. It's a penalty. I mean, Lukaku now has got the ball underneath his left arm. He's outside, just outside the box, Lukaku, and he's just waiting. He had his back to all the melee and all the pushing. He wasn't getting involved at all, Lukaku. He's now walked into the box with the ball under his left arm. Some Senegalese players there trying to put him off, but Lukaku's far too cool for this. He'll stay out the way, he'll get the job done.
Well, this is taking an absolute age. And that is exactly why, as Dion says, Romelu Lukaku has removed himself from the situation and now hands it to his captain, Youri Tielemans. Youri Tielemans, who got the equaliser deep in normal time, with the chance, surely now, in extra time, to send Belgium through, and Tielemans scores! Belgium, back from the brink in normal time, have surely won it in the very depths of extra time. And their stars have finally turned up once again on the biggest stage of all. Youri Tielemans is mobbed by his teammates. And Senegal, a distraught Senegal, make their way dispiritedly back to the halfway line and prepare for kick-off once again. What pressure on Tielemans, but he rose to the occasion, and Belgium have turned this around. More late drama at the World Cup in the last 32. It's a super penalty from Tielemans, finds the top corner. Belgium 3, Senegal 2.
Coolest man on the pitch, Youri Tielemans. It's such a very well-organised ploy. Lukaku, ball under his arms, Tielemans walks away. Tielemans takes the ball from Lukaku and he hits the side netting with a brilliant penalty. What a captain's performance that is.
Can Senegal, who are the better side for so much of this game, respond? We're deep into added time. I've got no idea how long we've got left to play because so much has gone on. 6 minutes of added time have already been played at the end of extra time, but I think we had about 4 minutes to go when that penalty appeal was reviewed and given. So, Senegal come forward, ball to the edge of the area, it's flicked on, brought down in the box, the shot driven over from the edge of the area, and it goes behind for a Belgian goal kick from Pat Matassar, and Belgium now will take their time over this.
Oh wow, they're just going to put the ball in the box now, Senegal. They are just going to put everything they have in the box and see what happens and see where it drops.
Well, they've just announced in the stadium it's 4 minutes added time. We've already played 7 minutes added time in extra time. So let's go for another 3 minutes from here, shall we say, because I think we've probably played a minute since Tielemans scored that penalty for Belgium. Well, he scored some big goals this season, hasn't he? The opener in the Europa League final for Villa, and now the goal that looks as though it's sent Belgium through to the last 16. They will not be the latest European giant to fall, just like England against DR Congo. They have rescued it late on, unless Senegal can somehow summon the latest of late levellers in extra time. Here they come, Senegal, just inside the Belgium half. Out to the left-hand side they go. In field now to Pat Matassar. And brought forward to the right-hand side, and Diatta, 4 green shirts in the area. Diatta wants the run to be made by Barrett and Jai, and it is made now by the 18-year-old. And then Pat Matassar sees his pass out to the left, intercepted, and Senegal will pick it up on the halfway line. Dion Dublin.
What are they waiting for? They've wasted about a minute just going from left-hand side to right-hand side. Get the ball in the box. You've got about 5 green shirts waiting. Get it wide, get it in the box.
Here is Patassis. Out to the left-hand side. They've done this so much in the game, it's almost as though they can't shake themselves out of it at the key moments, Senegal. As Pat Matassar of Tottenham has it once again, plays it out to the left-hand side. Ball into the penalty area, it's cleared away by Amadou Onana. Born in Senegal, playing against a country that he says he still has such a deep connection with, but he's trying to get Belgium through here. The Senegal come forward once again, they might win a free kick, they do. Free kick, Diatta pulled back. It's a third of the way inside the Belgium half, and I'm just looking at the goalkeeper, Maury Diaw. He's not going to come forward for this one. It's all very narrow, they're all hunched together around the D and spreading out to the left-hand side of the penalty area, outside the box. I reckon we've got 1 minute of added time to play. Ball into the area from Senegal, it's cleared away. Lukaku will get the final touch. Up towards halfway for Belgium, who lead 3-2 thanks to that late show from Youri Tielemans, both at the end of normal time and then at the end of extra time from the spot. The Senegal pick it up once more. Camara's ball into the area, goes all the way through, will come to Ibrahim Mbaye, the 18-year-old, lays it off to the edge of the box, gets it back once more, left-hand side of the penalty area, and the shot on the angle is into the arms of Courtois, who drops to his knees, and I make it 30 seconds to play. Belgium 3, Senegal 2 in extra time.
Got to do better in these situations. I know you're chasing the game, but you've got 4 green shirts stood there round the 2 centre halves. Just get the ball out your feet and pop it in the box. Don't try and be clever.
Tielemans looked like he might have been flattened there, but Belgium still have it. Diego Moreira, he's done really well. Diego Moreira trying to squeeze it through to Lukaku. Senegal made the interception, and here's Ibrahim Mbaye, the 18-year-old, up against Thomas Meunier, driving towards the penalty area. He feeds it on the edge of the box to Pathé Ciss, comes out against Senegal. Oh, they want a handball. They've got a free kick right on the edge of the area. Oh, they wanted the penalty there, Senegal, but from our position high in the gantry here at Living Field, it looked to be just outside. VAR will check exactly where that handball was, but they will, at the very worst, Senegal have a free kick inside the D.
Wow, this is a close one now. I don't think it's in the box. It is, or was a handball, but he's given a free kick on the about 2 yards on the edge of the box. It's bang in the centre of the D. This is going to be an interesting one now, because there's about 3 players round the ball. I can't see who's kissing the ball there, because he's putting it down on the floor. This is it. This could be the last kick of the game for Senegal. They have to hit the target. Keeper's coming up.
He is indeed. Maury Diaw's coming up, but you've got to think they've got to go for goal from here.
They have to go for goal.
Pat Matassar's there, Crepin Diatta as well. You've got El Hadji Malik Diouf of West Ham too, and then Lamine Camara as well. But it looks as though Pat Matassar fancies this one. Senegal want the ball further back. It's going to be Pat Matassar, and it's over the bar, and that might just be enough for Belgium. And that is enough for Belgium. The last action of the game, and Senegal's players fall to their knees. They cannot believe that they have lost this match, this last 32 tie, in which for so long they were the better side. But Belgium, when it mattered most, finally stepped up to the plate. Late goals in normal time from Lukaku and Tielemans took it to extra time, and then Tielemans deep in added time with the coolest penalty coming up with the goods, and Belgium somehow march on. They will not be the latest European giant to exit in the last 32. They are through. Dion Dublin.
Football's crazy. Football is just crazy. This game, I just couldn't call any of it. Belgium were out as far as I was concerned. It got to 85 minutes, I think it was, and they just somehow, Rudy Garcia makes the right substitutions. You have to say that. Lukaku gets his goal, Tielemans gets the penalty. It's just worked out perfect for them. They haven't been good today. They haven't played well today, Belgium. But in the moments that they need to be more potent and their big names need to step up, they did. They got over the line. They're still in the competition. Commiserations to Senegal.
Commiserations indeed to Senegal, and it will be agony for them, Dion, because they played so well, as we say, for the vast majority of the game. And those key moments, you think back to Sadio Mane, who had the chance, their record goal scorer, to make it 3-0. He didn't take it. At the time, it didn't feel that consequential. You always say in commentary, oh, will they come back to regret that? I don't think either of us said it, because we just couldn't see Belgium getting back into it. But it was consequential. And Senegal's players, some of them are now in tears. Lamine Camara is being consoled down there by Ismaïla Sarr. But this is devastating for Senegal. What a difficult few months it's been, winning AFCON but then having that title stripped from them by CAF. They've still got the appeal in with the Court of Arbitration for Sport. They still see themselves as African champions, but they will have felt they deserve to go through today, and on many levels they did, but they're out.
Yeah, they are, and you know what, for the majority of this game, and I'm talking about the 90 minutes now, they were better. They were better than Belgium. Belgium are very poor for, I've got to say, 70 minutes, but then when you need something to happen, a big centre forward to come off the bench and get in front of his man and score a goal and start the momentum. Momentum got more and more and more. The snowball got bigger. Belgium got stronger. And when you need a skipper to step up and calm things down and say, listen, give me the ball, I'll win this game for us, Youri Tielemans. Congratulations, young man.
He's done it for Villa this season, and now he's done it for Belgium. And finally, there are smiles from the likes of Thibaut Courtois as the Senegal players make their way dispiritedly off the pitch. Belgium is still out there celebrating, but my words, this has been a narrow escape once again. They did step it up right at the end, Belgium, but they're going to have to raise their level if they want to go deeper again in this tournament. They will play either the USA or Bosnia and Herzegovina in Seattle, back here at Lumen Field on Tuesday the 7th of July. That commentary is coming up at 1 a.m. UK time. USA, Bosnia and Herzegovina should be a cracker in the last 32 with the co-hosts. But here it finishes at Lumen Field. Belgium 3, Senegal 2 after extra time. Youri Tielemans the hero. Johnny, it's all yours.
Oh, follow that. Thank you very much, Vicky. Thank you, Dion. Safe travels. Go get that flight. Little lie down. Maybe a stiff drink on board as well. What a World Cup this is turning out to be. Hey, hello, how are you? Welcome to the programme. Yeah, it's Johnny here for, the next hour or so until we hand over to the Night Watchman. Dot Nadabo, who's here from just before... no, it's the footy. Of course it is. It's the football. We've just mentioned this. It's USA against Bosnia-Herzegovina. We'll talk about that on the programme. Lots to come as well. We'll also talk about the latest from Venezuela. And, of course, we'll talk about a certain football match this afternoon. I'm going to dedicate a fair bit of the show to celebrating England's success against DR Congo. Were you watching this afternoon? Was it really in any doubt?
As the ball is played up towards the edge of the penalty area. In fact, it's gone all the way over there. And Sepeya with a shot! It's in! And DR Congo have a shock lead in the 7th minute. Don't stop believing. Rice looking across it towards the back post. Gordon is peeled away. Chests it down. Left side of the penalty area. Crosses it. Kane with a header! It's there! It's Harry Kane! Who else? And look at the relief that we can see in the stadium here. Frenzied celebrations. The captain to the rescue. And it's England 1, DR Congo 1. Anthony Gordon now. Gordon works it to Kane in the D. Kane finds a position. Oh, brilliant! Harry Kane rifles it into the top corner of the DR Congo net. What a finish! That was ruthless from the great man who has saved England in the second half. England lead DR Congo by 2-1, and England have turned it around and are heading with this scoreline to Mexico City.
Oh, wonderful stuff. Wasn't that magic? Let's speak to a few people that are actually live at that game. Husband and wife Andy and Kirsty Payne were at the Atlanta Stadium. Kirsty's on her 5th World Cup. Andy's on his 11th. He's on his 11th. When did you start going? When you were 2 years old?
I went the first 1982 was the first one.
Was it? How old were you?
I was 18.
Wow, that's impressive. Richie Slaughter joins us as well. Richie was also there. He's been as he has been for every England game so far, after saving up with his mates for the last 7 years. Hi, Richie, how are you?
Yeah, not bad, yourself?
Yeah, terrific, thanks. Don't stop believing. Kirsty, did at any point did you stop believing?
Well, if I'm brutally honest, in the first half, I stopped believing for a short time, but I'm the eternal optimist.
Yeah.
So I kept touching Andy on the shoulder and kept saying, we can do this, we're going to get one back. And what a goalie he was. He saved 4 corking shots.
He was terrific, their keeper. What was the atmosphere like, Andy? I mean, it felt like it was getting a little testy during the second half. Did I hear some boos?
You know, the England fans sometimes get a bit edgy. I mean, not surprising. But overall, the atmosphere is just fantastic. And once Harry scored the first goal, it went ballistic. And when he got that second, I mean, it's something else.
And what a stadium it is. Yeah. It's superb. Yeah. It really is. The whole place erupted.
Yeah.
That's great.
Richie, talk me through the first half, the first 20 minutes in particular. What was that like? Did it feel like it was going to be the same old England again, as the cliche goes?
It did at the start. Obviously, they went 1-0 up, and then Wissa had that chance to make it 2-0 for them, and I'm thinking, what's going on here?
Yeah.
But obviously, after an hour, luckily, I think he made the subs at the right time. Harry done it again. 2 goals off to Mexico.
I mean, it was never in doubt it was going to be Harry Kane, was it, Andy? There is something about that man when it comes to the big game occasions. It's like he thrives on that responsibility.
Yeah, I think today you really saw. End of the game, Harry Kane led the players up to the England end. They were in tears. They know how big the World Cup is. And for us now going to Mexico, I've not been to the Aztec since 1986 for that goal. Those 2 goals against us with Argentina.
You were there. You were there for that.
I was there. Yeah.
No way.
I was there.
Really?
Yeah.
But when the boys came up to the line and we were all singing Wonderwall behind the goal, they were emotional.
They were in tears.
They were crying. It was wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, that anthem now it's becoming more than just a classic indie banger, isn't it? It's sort of now symbolising the weight of a nation, the expectation, the hope. Richie, is it how are the levels of realism and hope right now in the wake of that?
Well, I think the performances, they haven't been fantastic, but we've got the job done. So I think now it's knockout football, isn't it? With a tournament that we're here to win. So I think you've got to be hopeful. Like, you're going down to Mexico, you might be the underdog playing at their stadium. Who knows? But we'll get the job done, hopefully.
Yeah, they've got a sensational record at that Azteca Stadium, though, haven't they? That is something impressive, considering just how many games they haven't lost there. And Andy, Kirsty, you're both going, I take it, then, to the Azteca, are you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
100%.
Richie, have you got tickets as well?
I've got flights down there, but me, my brother-in-law and my dad, we need a ticket if anyone's out there wants to help us out. We've got flights, but we're ticketless.
Maybe Andy and Richie, Andy and Kirsty would fancy giving up theirs, perhaps.
No, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that.
No.
Sorry about that, but you're joking.
I'll do a bit of weaving, Richie. I'll do a bit of weaving for you and find something.
Bit of ducking and diving down there. Can you get tickets down at the stadium?
Well, the thing is, I think this is Mexico in Mexico, so tickets are going to be like gold dust.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be hard work for us, but you never know. You've got to ask a question somewhere.
Yeah, just being in Mexico
Absolutely.
City
But
itself.
do you know what's interesting about Mexico City? The altitude is going to really get to us there.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be hot. It's going to be high. But,
we're underdogs.
As Richie says.
I love being an underdog.
It's tournament football. Listen, we'll let you go. Enjoy your evenings. You're going out for some drinks to celebrate. You're out and about, by the way. You're going out.
Oh, yeah, of course we're out now. Come on, England.
Of course you are. Come on, England. Come on, England. All right. Godspeed, guys. Take care. See you later.
Lots of love.
Andy, lots of love. Andy and Kirsty Payne there as well, along with Richie Slaughter. Just a small section of England fans that are feeling the relief right now. We'll talk about this more throughout the course of the programme, of course. Plenty more to come for you. It's just gone midnight. Let's get the update now with Dan Maudsley.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
The voice of the UK and the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Thank you, Johnny. And I don't know if you've heard, but England are through to the last 16 of the World Cup, coming from behind against the Democratic Republic of Congo to win 2-1, thanks to 2 Harry Kane goals, making it a roller coaster of emotions for fans at the Atlanta Stadium.
It was the difficult last 15, 20 minutes, that was sure.
Smash and grab.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. We actually thought we were going home. We thought we were going back to the UK.
Congo were fantastic, but you know what? Form is temporary. Class is permanent. And Captain Fantastic, Harry Kane, he's our number one!
There you go. Well, England will play Mexico in the early hours of Monday for a place in the quarterfinals. The National Police Chiefs Council says 362 people have been arrested as part of a crackdown on illegal trade and organised immigration crime. 39 police forces were involved in last month's operation, targeting premises such as barbershops, vape shops and car washes. Officers seized more than £1 million in cash. West Midlands police say a 16-year-old boy has been taken to hospital with potentially life-threatening gunshot wounds. Officers were called to reports of a shooting this afternoon close to a mosque in the Saltley area of Birmingham, but police say they don't currently believe the shooting is connected to the mosque. The government says teachers in England will get a 3.5% pay rise from September, with another 3% increase in 2027. The Department for Education said there'd be £1.8 billion in additional funding, but schools would have to fund the first 1% of the wage increase. Daniel Kabid, the National Education Union's General Secretary, says school budgets are already at breaking point.
We've seen a narrowing of the curriculum, we've seen resources cut, job losses, and again schools are being asked to find £460 million to partially fund this pay award. Schools are running on empty. They cannot endure any more cuts, and this is not the change that our members or indeed the country voted for.
And the Met Office says last month was the warmest June on record in England and the second warmest for the UK as a whole. The mean temperature of 17.1 degrees Celsius was nearly 3 degrees above the long-term average.
Conspiracy theories really can impact the way the world works.
Disinformation. You think you're winning.
There could be 1,000 deepfakes. Actually, you could upend them all.
But it's because of you we work 24/7.
BBC News at midnight. The Prime Minister will host
to verify the facts with digital tools and reporters on the ground.
BBC News, Beirut.
On the Gold Coast.
Washington.
So, no matter how quickly disinformation spreads, we'll be ready. The fight for truth is on. Trust is earned. This is our BBC.
The voice of the FIFA World Cup 2026. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
With Johnny Ianson.
Hello, yes, good morning. We're here for the hour. Until then, we'll hand over to the team for USA against Bosnia and Herzegovina. So plenty to come your way. Over the next 50 or so minutes' time, we'll continue to visit Venezuela.